going on, guys? And welcome back to another episode of the podcast that we still have not named yet, Saints and Angels podcast. And I'm here with Tyrant again.
What's up?
And we also have a special guest today. Introduce yourself, special guest.
Hi guys, my name is Screech. Thank you very much, Viper.
You've also seen him on a lot of the GBs. He's pretty much almost every single GB we've recorded except the last two episodes have been from his point of view. So he's not really a special guest, but just considering me and Ty are the main hosts of the podcast and we're going to have different people on every episode, but us two will be there the whole time. Screech may not be, Jacob may not be, but we'll see. We're the main host, so we're going to say he's a guest even though he's probably going to be a frequent guest. And so this episode of the podcast that we have not named yet, the unnamed podcast, is going to be dedicated more towards the end of 2015 and the new things for 2016.
What's to come?
So we're going to be looking at different games and stuff, games from the past, games that we're looking forward to, a lot of that stuff. Kind of, trying to see where the channel is going to go and Twitch is going to go in general and see where we've come. So yeah, we just got done with Christmas. How'd everybody's Christmas go?
My Christmas went pretty well.
Yeah.
I got Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Just Cause 3, Rainbow Six.
So a bunch of games.
Pretty
good Christmas.
Yeah. Pretty good.
I know for Christmas I got Astros, which I've been wanting for a long time. I got the TR edition, and
I also got Astros, but unfortunately not the TR. I'm a little jealous.
It's okay.
But I also got some games. I got Need for Speed and Star Wars Beta or Battlefront.
See, I didn't get any games for Christmas. I basically got my gifts were the Astros, and I also got a GoPro. So hey, we can vlog.
Hey.
No.
We'll see. But I might use that later for like a face cam type thing because it's so much better quality than what the face cam we have now. I'll have to figure out how to hook all that up. I might need a special attachment for the PlayStation.
Yeah, special attachment.
Ooh, funny.
Well, you got a case of special attachments, so I mean.
Yeah, I do have a bunch of. That was another thing. I got a big. My dad literally went to the store, and he got the GoPro, and he picked every attachment imaginable.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I have I can hook it up to a dashboard. I have the thing that goes around your head.
That's awesome.
If your head's too big, I have another one that goes around your head. It's.
If your head's too small, you can get one small size.
I have all these attachments. I have one on a pole, a little handheld device, one that goes on your arm if you're running. You can hook it up to your back. It's literally anything you want to put a GoPro on, I would have an attachment for. So that was my main Christmas present. Everything else, I got some clothes because we went up to Michigan. My family's originally from Michigan, so we went up there for Christmas, and so I got a lot of Michigan sports team clothes, Michigan State, Detroit teams, bunch of gear from them, and then that's pretty much it. But I got a lot of money from family members, so I have good $200 I need to go spend on games, and then another good $200 on food that I will eat later in my life. But yeah, that was my Christmas.
Chocolate.
So, alright, so let's start. One of the first things I wanted to go over is, have you guys heard of the Game Awards?
No.
You've never heard of the Game Awards?
I can imagine what it's like, though.
It's basically I don't know, the Emmys or whatever.
Yeah, we got it.
The Emmys of video games.
It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and I don't know if they've been doing, I think this is the second year they've done it. I think they started in 2014. They might have started in 2013.
Is that recent?
They have a thing on Snapchat about that.
Yeah, don't kill me for it, but yeah, I believe it's extremely recent. If this isn't the second year, it's the third year, and that's it. I know it's no more than 3 years, but it's really cool. I feel like with where the gaming, industry is right now, I feel like definitely should, that should be something that they're doing.
Yeah.
Awards for that and all these new developers and, indie developers and stuff. These guys should be recognized for the stuff they're doing. It's almost like a lot of people have said it's almost an art form now. They're like literally making games and the graphics, and you look at and it's like it's literally an art form, and you're trying to write a story. You know, they're writing guys. We recognize the people who write scripts for movies and TV shows and who, you know, write music and all this other stuff, but we've never had somebody who I never had like an award thing to recognize people who, you know, create the artwork that modern games really are now. It's not all this arcade stuff anymore. It's actually really good games. So I think it's really cool, and I have some of the highlights here. Different, you know, game of the year, impact game, narrative game, indie game, developer of the year, so a bunch of that stuff, and
what
we can go over that.
What exactly is impact game?
We'll get, okay, we'll start with that. Best impact game of the year was Life is Strange.
What is impact, though?
Impact,
Define that.
What do you think?
Like the impression on you?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's what I would assume. Like,
yeah.
you play the game, and I guess it hits you.
I knew Life is Strange was a big thing for you.
I did not play it, but I watched a Let's Play of it, and I almost cried. Literally watching the Let's Play. And then I went, after I think I watched it on T. Martin's channel, his second channel, Life is Strange. I watched the whole entire thing, and once I finished that, like, I went back to other people's channels just to find the different endings, because it was an insane game. Like, the choices you make literally bring you to, you think you're doing the right thing, but you make this one choice and it puts your friend in a wheelchair in an alternate reality. It's absolutely insane. The ending was like you literally had to choose between killing your best friend to save humanity or to save the city. The whole city was going to be wiped out by a tornado because of literally butterfly effects. I mean, spoiler alert, I guess. But you basically had a choice between saving your best friend and killing everybody in the city, or saving everybody in the city and basically watching your friend die. I mean, it's insane, and I definitely feel like that was very good choice for best impact game of the year. I didn't, one thing I didn't write down is what games it beat out.
Right.
So I would like to hear that. However, I don't know. I mean, Until Dawn, I think, was on there. That's another really good impact game, in my opinion.
Really good, really scary. Well, at least to me.
You thought it was scary too? I mean, yeah, there were some jump scares. But what other games did you play this year that was like impact? That you would describe as impact? Can you think of any, really?
I can't think of anything.
A lot of
emotionally.
Yeah. Emotionally investing. So a lot of the games, a lot of those story games, were more last year.
Yeah.
There weren't a whole lot this year for the new gen. That's what I'm kind of excited for next year to see.
The Witcher was pretty impactful.
Yeah.
It wasn't designed to be an emotionally affecting game, but it ended up being so good and so involving once you got into it that it was some of the things that...
There's a lot of payoff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, all these other games, what was it? Rain, what was it called? Heavy Rain.
I have no idea.
And some of those games that were more story-based, more cinematic-based, a lot of those were released on PS3. And so that wasn't a whole lot of this year. There weren't a whole lot of, those kind of games for new gen this year. So I'm excited to see what they're going to come up with this next year, because they've had a year to work on stuff with the new gen. Really a couple years now, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see what they come up with. But yeah, a lot of those impact games were more for PS3. That kind of, I guess, ties into the same best narrative game. Was a game called Her Story.
Her Story.
Yes. Which I didn't look a whole lot into it, but it was more one of those cinematic games. I kind of wish I played it. But I think it's only on PS3. I might sound stupid.
Never heard of it.
It was supposed to be very good from what I looked at it, and I wish I could tell you more about it, but it was more It was something about this girl that did something and ended up on trial.
Huh.
And it's a true story.
Oh, okay.
So it's a true story, but for some reason, I guess, I don't know if there's choices to be made or how it works, but that was apparently a very good game. All right, before we get into some of the major games, we're going to shift over to esports, which is a lot more of Jacob's thing.
Oh yeah.
So let me say this, Jacob. What do you think the esports game of the year was? Esports.
Well, I mean, obviously my go-to would be Call of Duty just because it's such a competitive game.
Mm-hmm.
But it could be League of Legends, Dota, CSGO. Those were pretty competitive.
Halo's also a pretty competitive game.
Halo.
Rocket League came in.
Rocket League was.
Is that esports?
It is.
Oh, it
now.
is. Faptic
It is
gaming.
now.
Faptic gaming, man. We're gonna be putting,
Faptic game.
Okay, so let me make a guess at the number one esports game. I'm going to say CSGO.
I'm gonna say League of Legends.
It was CS:GO this year.
Boom!
Now, I'm guessing it wasn't. I mean, League of Legends, I think, is still the most popular esports game. However, it's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
CS:GO, I think it came out this year, didn't it? If not, the new one, Counter-Strike Global Offense.
Yeah, that's been out for a year. Maybe.
So, and that becoming
I
competitive,
think.
it took everybody, in my opinion, by surprise. Like, the amount of tournaments and the amount of people, it's literally a competitive game.
It took the game, or the computer gaming community by storm.
Yeah.
It almost,
PC gaming.
almost everyone that I know that PC games has CS:GO.
I'm gonna get it. Because it looks, it's a lot more strategy and all that, which is nice. But, it literally, from what I've seen, I don't know a whole lot about it, but it literally looks like a competitive game. Like, you go in there and all the public matches you're getting ranked for.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is, I think, insane. And then the amount, the people that... The esports player of the year was actually also a CS:GO player.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember his name. I didn't write it down.
Well, I believe it.
But he wasn't...
Yeah,
it wasn't esports. It was...
For that game to be on top, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. And I haven't played... I've watched a shit ton of it. I've watched the World Champions and the playoffs and the league and all that, and it's a very good game. So I think definitely esports game of the year was definitely a good choice. Now, the other esports thing we have here is esports team of the year.
Faptic gaming.
Oh, of course, Faptic Gaming.
Oh, if only. I don't know.
So either phase or optic?
Probably. Wait, Optic has more than one.
How did FaZe do this year?
They did.
So it's not
They
phase.
did okay.
What?
They won a feud.
Who was it at the very end of the year? Denial and Optic at the very beginning.
Optic. Okay, Denial won COD Champs. FaZe won a few other things.
Wasn't it? It was Denial and Optic at the beginning of the year a lot, and then it went to Was it Optic and FaZe again?
It was Optic and FaZe because.
I thought Optic was the combined team with all the top of the top guys.
It was pretty much the powerhouse team of the year.
So
because after Advanced Warfare, they literally took the best players, the formal. Crim 6.
So how did they not win COD Champs?
That's the insane part. They were supposed to, and they ended up not winning. And then,
And who's Denial?
Denial was the best
They're the
team.
orange team.
They were the best team in Advanced Warfare.
Well, yeah, but
No.
are they?
Or
No. They were the best team in Ghosts.
Oh, so they took it 2 years.
No, they were not the best team in Advanced Warfare. That Advanced Warfare was the year that they combined for Optic. We've got to think. We're not talking about Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 has only been out for about 2 months.
Yeah, I know, but who won COD Champs for Advanced Warfare?
Denial.
Right. So they, and who won it for Ghosts?
I don't remember.
Was it Denial?
But Denial was.
Excuse my typing. I'm going to look it up.
Denial was an upset because so many people saying, "Oh, it's Optic. It's going to be Optic. It's going to be." And Optic took what, 7th place?
Yeah.
Something really low. 7th.
Well, think about it. COD Champs, 7th place. How many teams are there competing for COD Champs?
Oh,
Yeah, but still, it's Optic.
I mean, like,
Let's look here. I mean, yeah, it is insane. Let's see. First place was complexity. That's right, because Crim 6 and Karma both came from complexity.
really.
Crim 6 and Karma,
And TP is great.
along with TP and Aches. That was the foursome. Aches, TP, Crim 6, and Karma were all on Complexity. And Complexity was the big team for Ghosts. I'm pretty sure Complexity was also one of the biggest teams in Black Ops 2.
And where's Denial?
Denial doesn't even look like they Wait, what is this?
They're not even.
They're not even on.
They're not in the top 16.
They're not on the top 16 for Ghosts. That's interesting.
They had a team, right?
Envy, obviously, with Merc, Rambo, Nameless, and Study. Merc and Nameless were very good. And at that point, Optic was still with Nadeshot, Scump, Clayster, and Embos.
Wow.
Now, Embos ended up going to Optic Nation. Clayster left to go to Denial. Nadeshot retired. Nadeshot wasn't at the very beginning of Advanced Warfare. Nadeshot and Scump were still there. Clayster went to Denial. Embos went to Optic Nation and became the captain on Optic Nation.
Crim 6 moved to Optic.
Crim 6 went from Complexity, who was supposed to be he's basically the. People argue that he's the best player because Crim 6 is what they call the winningest team or the winningest player in Call of Duty history. From COD 4 competitive Call of Duty, he has won more tournaments than any other pro player. He's almost like the, what do you call it? I'm drawing a blank on the name.
I don't know where you're going.
He's the
Winningest player sounds good.
all right, fine. I don't remember what. No.
We don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know the word, but I'm gonna think of it later. I'm gonna get pissed off.
But at the beginning of Advanced Warfare, it was Scumpy, Nadeshot, Crim 6
came and Formal came, and I don't remember where does it say Formal?
And Formal was a beast sniping at MLG finals in AW.
Formal? I thought Formal was on Denial. I don't know.
Formal was somewhere.
Formal, he was the other very, very, very good player. I don't remember where he came from, though. Because he was supposed to be the other best player in the organization. And that's why he ended up on Optic. We're looking it up. I don't know why. Maybe it wasn't him. I don't know where Formal went.
Or came from.
No. Okay, so they didn't play. Denial ended up not playing in Ghosts.
Really?
Or no, they did play in Ghosts. And they started to kind of COD Champs they didn't place.
Wow.
They would not see success for the rest of Call of Duty. Blah blah blah. UMG Nashville.
So they
Attach was from what I remember, Attach was like the best player, and he played for. He was like one of the best. He's like literally he was better than Scumpy at Ghosts.
Yeah. I believe it.
Denial entered the scene in UMG Philadelphia with a 13th through 16th placement and a top 8 in the Call of Duty Winter Invitational. They were disappointing in their past 2 placings and looked to make a change for COD Champs. They had 2 Denial teams They had two. Oh, neither of their teams qualified for quad champs, so neither of them were even in the choosing for the North American teams.
Huh.
So they made roster changes and ended up. They lost in Epics games to Optic. Saints replays were both on there. Replays is still on denial if I remember right. I don't know.
Clayster's definitely on denial right now.
Clayster went to denial.
Clayster is pretty good. I like Clayster.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Formal. Where the heck did Formal come from? I'm gonna look that up real quick. Because he was supposed to be. He was one of the best ARs in.
Yeah, Formal.
Ghosts.
And he's a good sniper too.
Yes. Call of Duty Ghosts. Here you go.
He's on Primal.
He was on TK.
TK.
That's it. He played FaZe. He played on FaZe early on, it looked like.
Yeah.
And then he ended up finishing with. Was it TK?
Yeah.
He ended up He finished with Envy. That's it. Because he was with TK, then he went to FaZe, and played with Envy for Gfinity. That was it. Because Gfinity was one of the last tournaments, and that's why they placed first at Gfinity and Ghost, and he placed first with Envy, and that was the biggest one.
He switched so many teams in COD and Ghost.
He did switch a lot of teams in Ghost.
Primal to Fear to TK to FaZe Black to Envious. Now he's on Optic.
Now Optic. So he was considered one of the best ARs while he was with TK and FaZe, and he ended up finishing with Envy in that first place finishing at Gfinity. And that's when Optic recruited him to take over that AR spot.
And that's when they...
And so that's why they basically formed the Power 4. With Nade Shot, Crim 6, Scump, and then
Scump.
Formal.
Nade Shot, Scump, Crim 6, and Formal.
So
and then Nade Shot...
ended up retiring.
Well, he said he may come back, but...
Well, he's saying that. I don't think he is going to.
Why would you retire from gaming?
He's not retiring from gaming. He's doing more YouTube and streaming and stuff.
Gotcha.
He's still a shareholder in Optic. He still helps run Optic.
Gotcha.
The reason why he said he wanted to quit was AW...
How old is this guy?
Like 22. No, he's older.
Right.
No, he's like 22.
If you're so successful with something, wouldn't you want to ride that out as long as possible?
But but the reason why he said he wanted to quit AW was he said he felt he couldn't keep up with it because it was so new to him. Because he was so used to Ghost and Black Ops 2, and then all of a sudden AW is just weird.
Newsflash. Newsflash. The game changes every year.
I mean, Nade Shot...
No, but you know, AW's a little different.
I always thought Nade Shot was overrated, though.
I think Scumpy's overrated, but he's still pretty good.
I don't know. You watch Scumpy play, he's a damn good AR player, or SMG player.
He is really... I think he's overhyped sometimes, but he's like still... I think it's one of those themes where it's like, who's the best player? And it's like Scumpy. And it's like, oh, you just overhyped him. Well, who could be better? I don't know. I mean, Scumpy's still...
No idea.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, literally in Ghosts, you were like, well, who's better? Oh, well, Crim 6 is better. He was on the top team. Okay, let's just get Crim 6 to come over them. Crim 6 joins Scumpy. Who's better? Formal's a better AR. He has a better AR shot. He can beat Scumpy when he has that AR. Okay, well, let's just get him over, too. You know, get rid of Clay and Embos and put Embos on the new team because Embos is he's the captain of the new team. Which I don't even know what Embos is doing right now. I don't think Embos is on a team right now.
No, he's still on
Nation, but I don't know what a Nation's deal is right now. They're not a team right now.
Really?
But then, so when Nade Shot retired, they were trying to find that new player, and they ended up going with Karma, who had played with Crim 6 and played on Complexity and won COD Champs with them. Who was the other guy that they played with for a really long time when Karma couldn't? And was it Gfinity that they played? They were played in some European tournaments.
Oh yeah, you said he couldn't come because of passport issues.
Enable, yeah, because of passport issues. So Enable played with Formal, and a lot of them were thinking they need to get Enable to come and be their fourth, and if they did that, they would be set because they were going to be insanely good. Because Enable was one of the only other guys that really could compete with them. Clayster started later competing with him, which I always thought Clayster was overrated, but he's obviously not overrated. He's a very, very good player.
Who's Enable part of?
Enable was part of...
Who are they part of? Who's he a part of right now? Alright.
Let's look it up.
Yeah.
Enable... FaZe. Enable was... That's right. Enable was FaZe.
Yeah.
Because Scumpy did say, because Scumpy's the captain after Nadeshot stepped down, Scumpy did end up saying that they asked Enable because they had success with Enable later. Enable didn't want to leave.
Were they
FaZe.
just gonna drop Karma then?
No, they didn't even pick up Karma yet. I don't know what Karma was doing. Karma was on a different team. So they ended up... Karma was like kind of the next guy after Enable.
Oh, were they still trying to figure out their fourth? Because
they were still trying to figure out their fourth.
Okay, I got it.
Because Nadeshot left, so, So Crim6 has already obviously played with Karma. Scumpy had also played with Karma, and I don't know if Formal had, but I thought they said Formal had too. So they already knew him, and they were looking for another SMG player. Yeah. And that's Karma. So they brought him in, and that was like the powerhouse team because... They literally had the best players in Ghosts,
right?
And they brought it to AW, and the issue. A lot of people see them as a disappointment because they didn't do very good in COD Champs when they were supposed to, and in the major tournaments they didn't. I mean, they won some major tournaments. They won X Games, right? I think they won Golden X Games, and they won a couple other tournaments, but a lot. I mean, the playoff. They won Season 3, right? Did they win Season 1 or 2?
Optic won MLG Finals, the last tournament, the last big one of the year for AW.
Yeah, and it was basically them and FaZe at the very end duking it out.
No, it was Denial. No, yeah.
It was Denial?
It was Denial. It was FaZe in the tournament before that when Optic had zero... Optic was loseless. I don't know how to say. They haven't lost that entire tournament, and FaZe lost once, and they were in the finals. And all Optic had to do was beat FaZe once in the best of 5, and FaZe had to beat Optic twice in the best of 5.
And FaZe beat Optic twice.
FaZe beat Optic twice, and
I remember that.
Yeah, and So that's
So MLG in the finals was Denial.
Denial and Optic, yeah. But it was Denial and FaZe in the semis, I think, and Optic really wanted FaZe. They really wanted to because they wanted that rival. They wanted to.
That's right, because early Call of Duty or early Advanced Warfare was definitely Denial Optic, right?
Yeah.
And then it was Optic FaZe, and it kind of went to Optic Denial again. So a lot of people say that Optic was disappointing, but they have had a lot of success. But COD Champs was a big disappointment.
They just kind of disappointed when you need them most.
Some of the other some of the other teams were disappointments. Yeah. So back on to what we were talking about, the esports team of the year.
Optic.
It was Optic. Yeah. Now we've been talking a lot about Optic, and I mean it was Optic. They still did very good, and when it came down to it, all the way up until the brackets, right? They were undefeated in league play all the way up until the playoffs in Season 3 to close it out, and they ended up winning finals. They won a lot of the big tournaments. They got Golden X Games, so some say it's a disappointment because COD Champs is the tournament of the year. However, they did still place third, right?
Third at COD
Hold
Champs.
on.
No, 7th.
Oh yeah, it was way down. So that was
They placed third in COD Champs and Ghosts. That's where you got that from.
Right.
Either way, they're still the esports team of the year, and I think they definitely deserved that. Game of the year, CS:GO. Player of the year, Scumpy was one of the players nominated.
I believe that.
Left out, or they beat out by a CS:GO player. However, the team of the year is Optic. All right. So those are 4
Awesome.
Esports team game of the year, or esports game of the year, best narrative, and impact game. Now we have the big 3 awards. Ready? The big 3 awards: the best indie game, the best game, and the best developer.
Let's do the best game last.
So, best indie game of the year. I'll give you 3 guesses.
This is gonna be obvious.
Yes.
It's gonna be really a Rocket League.
It's Rocket League. Obviously. How
I was like, I don't know any indie games. Wait. Oh yeah.
Exactly, Rocket League. Like, it started as a free game on the PS4. If you follow that, you have the best indie game of the year for free. I got it for free. Me and Chris got it for free. Me and Crazy Guitar Kid, which you're definitely having videos with that kid coming out because we have a esports team made from Saints and Angels. We'll tell you more about that later. That's
Plus,
the Faptic Gaming.
he's the funniest of us all.
Chris is hilarious. Come watch our streams. When we stream,
That's
Rocket
when the funny
League,
stuff happens.
it's so much fun and it's so funny.
It was actually really funny because we were on the PlayStation store scrolling around. And we're like, "Oh, look, free game Rocket League. Let's just try it out."
Let's try this out.
We thought it was so cool. Like, look, it's literally soccer with little cars that can fly around and boost. So we thought it was a cool. Little did I know, that has been a game, little cars with soccer, for a long time.
Well, they had something before that, but it was called something different. It was like super acrobatic some
hyper cars. Yeah, super acrobatic hyper cars or something.
But it was
I
longer.
wonder why that didn't sell.
Yeah. So Rocket League came up, free game. It was an indie game. It ended up absolutely being amazing. Hopefully you were lucky enough to get it for free. If you weren't, I'm sorry. Pick it up for $60. It was worth it.
$60 game, though.
I think it is. Pick it up. It's worth it.
No, I think it's 30 or 40.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think
it's only digital.
I think what was so great about it was its simplicity. Like, it was just very simple.
If you're gonna have a one and done game like that for a publisher, that's a good one and done game.
They did it. So kudos to them. That was a great game. We're going to be playing it for a long time. When Rocket League 2 comes out, everybody's buying it.
Rocket League 2?
I'm guessing it's going to come out. Or something like that.
Not for a while.
Not for a while, obviously. But it doesn't matter because literally it's so simple. Like Jacob said, it's so simple.
But it's effective.
But we're going to be playing it for another year. I guarantee it.
Oh, yeah.
At least another year.
That'll
be our
go-to happy game.
Yeah, they've already had tournaments and leagues for it.
We've had games of COD where
MLG.
we got pissed off. We're just like, let's just go to Rocket League. I'm not dealing with this shit anymore.
Yeah, like it's a game you can. Yeah, I don't know. You can get destroyed one game. 45 seconds later, you're playing a brand new game. It's 0-0, and you're having the same amount of fun you did when you're getting destroyed. Like, I don't know why it's so much fun, but I mean, why do I think it's so much fun? It's literally remote control flying cars playing soccer. I don't know what's better than that. All right. Best indie game of the year, Rocket League, hands down, definitely deserving of that. Now, the 2 big ones. Game of the year.
No, do that one last. That is...
All right. Developer of the year.
Yeah.
Treo. Is it a game that I have played?
It is a game that we have played.
DICE.
And wait.
DICE was one of the nominees. It was not one of them.
Oh, wait. If it's... Okay, it better not be Activision.
Hold on. No, I don't think it is.
I hate Activision.
Is the game of the year and the developer of the year the same?
They are the same. The game of the year and the developer of the year is the same thing. So, what is the game of the year? That's why I wanted to start.
The developer of the year is CD Projekt Red.
It is CD Projekt Red, maker of
The Witcher 3.
The Witcher 3. That is the game of the year from the 2015 Game Awards.
And rightly so.
Why? I did not play it. I did not play Witcher. Hopefully I will eventually, but it won't be for a while because there's so many good games and Call of Duty is taking a lot of time. Rocket League's taking a lot of time. There's a lot of games I need to play.
Well, why?
Yeah, like...
what made you enjoy The Witcher 3?
It was... every once in a while there's a game that comes along that makes you want to invest 100 plus hours into it, which is what I did with The Witcher 3.
Oh my god.
And it's basically
100 plus hours?
Yeah.
Do you have this
And I
thing
am-
called a life?
Well, I guess no.
I-
Think about
I
it.
am
We've
proud
logged
of
more
that.
on Black Ops 3 in 3 months.
Yeah.
I am proud
True
of. I am proud of that 100+ hours. But the graphics, the gameplay, the story, character development, combat system, the variety of enemies and NPCs, everything down to I don't know, the way the grass moves or the
His hair
environment
floats through the wind.
different
How
environments
specific.
and the environment changes and the mechanics of the horse riding, horseback fighting, to the mechanics of just pretty much everything
Yeah.
about everything. The thing is, everything about the game is amazing. There's not anything that I can point out
That you didn't
that I
like.
didn't like.
Yeah, I mean, literally it's what everybody says. And if it was the game of the year and CD Projekt Red was the developer of the year, I guess it's deserving. I'm gonna need to play it. Go check it out if you haven't.
The thing is, if you are not willing to invest a hell of a lot of time into a game, don't pick it up.
Yeah.
Because unless you get invested and you want to spend time playing the game, you're not going to like The Witcher.
And that's the issue I have with playing story mode games. I want to play them so bad, and I do. It just takes me so long because I will get so caught up in our competitive Call of Duty and working with that and working with the team and GBing and grinding on that. It's like I don't have all the time to do that, and I really wish I did. And I think after, now that football's over and I can, with a lot more time, I'm going to start to do a lot more of those games. This past, after football's over, the next week I, went the rest of the other halfway through Batman that I've been trying to do since summer. So I have a lot more time, and I'm going to start playing. I need to play Dishonored. I need to play Watch Dogs. Some of those good, really good games.
That's another one. Watch Dogs has a fantastic storyline.
Yeah, it's like all those little games that you hear about, and you need to play the storyline, and you need to get invested in it. The issue is, I am a completionist. I don't know why.
Huh, that's not a bad thing.
When I play a game, I want to 100% it. So I could have went through Batman in a week.
You will never 100% The Witcher.
Yeah.
And if you do,
You probably hacked.
we wouldn't see you for a very long time.
Okay. I mean, that's what kills me about Black Ops 2. I mean, I guess Call of Duty it never issued because the games that I want to complete 100% are the games that you have to do different things to complete all the different tasks. Not like Call of Duty, like you literally have to play the same thing, same maps, game modes over and over and over and over again until you do, you get a certain number of kills with this, certain number of kills with that. Like, that doesn't bug me as much as, you have to go and liberate all the towers. Or you have, that kind of thing. You have to go and take all the watch points and, clear out all these areas. Like, all that's different, and there's different, the Riddler trophies.
Which one do you like better?
What do you mean?
Do you like where you
No, I will not complete. I will not complete the Black Ops. I will not 100% that.
Obviously.
And I do like it better when you do different things
right.
to do all the yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's how I am.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, I couldn't do that with Black Ops. Like, I love Black Ops, I love Call of Duty, but I'm not going to be able to. I don't have the drive to complete that I do Batman right now. Like, I will go through and finish that game. I will not put it up on the shelf for good until I 100% do all the Riddler stuff.
Why?
Because, I don't know, that's the way I am.
Well, I understand that. I did all the Riddler stuff. I did all that shit.
I know, it's
But
tedious.
the reason I did it was not because I wanted to go and find all the trophies.
Because you wanted
It's because I hated the Riddler. It's because he pissed me off
and you wanted to kill him.
throughout the entire game, and I wanted to catch that smug bastard.
The Riddler's funny. Have you seen the Gotham show Gotham?
No, I haven't. No.
You need to watch that.
Is it good?
It's so funny. Literally, one of the guys in the precinct is the Riddler. His name's not the Riddler, but the first time you see him, you're like, oh, I know who that is. It's
That's the Riddler.
And it's the same thing. Like, there's a little girl. Oh, I knew who that is. That's Catwoman. It has to be Catwoman. Like a little girl running around, a homeless girl running around the street stealing from people and nobody knows.
Well, that's obvious.
That's the fucking Catwoman. And it's not her name. Her name's something else, but that's the fucking Catwoman. It's the game starts off with Bruce Wayne, or the show starts off with Bruce Wayne and his parents being killed, but Catwoman's in the corner watching it all. And it's very, very interesting. And the game revolves around a main detective in Gotham.
Right.
With all these different... Gordon. With all these different things, murders and crimes that happen in Gotham. And just all these little things pop up. Like Penguin's there. Like, it's really funny because Penguin's a young guy working, doing crime and stuff. But working with some of the big mob guys... But they all call him Penguin because he walks funny and he absolutely hates it. And every time somebody calls him Penguin, he goes on this, tangent and gets all pissed off and ragey and goes and kills people. And it's really interesting. Riddler is literally a guy working at the precinct. And he'll find stuff out and he's like, hey, look, guess what I found out? What's blah, 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 blah. And he'll throw out a riddle. And you're like, stop telling me riddles and tell me what I need to know kind of thing. And it's really, really funny. And but you can definitely see all the different characters, and Gotham's a very good show. But
that's cool.
From what I've heard too, is if you finish the campaign of Batman before you finish all the little stuff, all the completion, you don't get the full ending.
It goes back and you get the full ending.
You do?
Yeah.
See, I will not, I am 80-something% of the way through the story, and I waited till I have 100% everything else before I finish the story.
Complete the story.
I don't know if I want to, though. Because I want to get that full ending.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the thing about Batman. I mean, I'm going to do the Riddler because I want to fight the Riddler at the end, and I want to do all that, but I don't know. I'm going to do that before I finish the campaign because... I don't know, I would feel a lot... The problem is, once I finish campaigns...
You have no motivation.
Exactly. Yeah. You have no motivation to do the rest of the game because it's all the little tedious stuff. It's that's the way I felt with Assassin's Creed. I 100%ed Assassin's Creed 1 and 2. I got all the artwork.
Yeah, because there's not all the tedious stuff in Assassin's Creed 1.
Yeah.
And 2, there's not as much.
Brotherhood, I will 100%ed.
Did you?
I did. Which is insane, but you gotta go you gotta go get all the artwork.
Brotherhood
you gotta get all the armor.
You know what has a lot? What? Syndicate.
Oh, I bet.
Syndicate has.
I'm
and
worried
you know what?
to start.
I started doing it right before I ended the game, and as soon as I ended the game, I was like, nah. Not
exactly.
No.
Because if I end Batman, I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to regret it. I'm going to look at it on the shelf and I'll be like, I still have those fucking Riddler trophies that I need to do every single time I
and
look
it was so much worse than it probably could have been.
Really?
Yeah. Because I didn't have anything else to do. Well, no, that's not true. Because as soon as I was done with it, I was like, yes, I am finally done with this entire game.
I'm doing about 20 a day. And I kind of did them in between doing some of the other stuff too, so I'm pretty far the way through and I'm not fed up with it yet. Because I feel like if you finish the campaign and then you go back and try to 100% everything, you're like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? I'm doing this just 100% the game. If you do it all and then you finish the campaign and you finish the story and you get that last cutscene and it's you cry or whatever because it's an amazing cutscene or whatever it is.
Well, you won't cry, but...
But, it's impactful. Ding ding impact game, and then then you get that feeling of I finished it,
Yeah.
You don't get that feeling.
Well, then every game's an impact game.
Almost. I mean, every game is an impact game. That's what developers go for, but it's not, best impact game of the year like we went over earlier. But all right, so we went over that. Some of the other things we want to look over from 2015 were some disappointing games. Now, there were some... Let's talk. I'll start with mine, and then I guess we can all talk about our most disappointing game of the year.
Well, you see, whenever I play a game, I never think games are disappointing. Normally.
Okay.
Well, I have a couple, but go ahead.
I mean, I guess so, but a lot of times you get excited for a game and it's just not what you think it is. And for me, I guess I know what you mean. Like, you don't get disappointed because hopefully, I mean, a lot of times when you go to pick up a game, you don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And you're either blown away or just kind of like, not really my thing. But it wasn't considered a disappointing game of the year kind of thing.
Yeah.
However, this game definitely was for me, and that was Battlefield Hardline. I got so
Agreed.
excited for
That's
that
one of
game because I had never owned a Battlefield game.
So that wasn't as disappointing to me because I already thought it was going to be a disappointing game.
Really?
So it kind of lived up to my expectations.
Heard about it? See, I had
Just
never.
because you can't take a game like Battlefield and take it from a battlefield to the streets. You can't.
From the war to
You
the streets.
can't do that.
See, we talked about this a little bit last episode, and I feel like we have a pretty good. What they should have done is they should have made a $30 game, Battlefield. It's an extra,
Yeah.
kind of like what they did with the Assassin's Creed. They need to make it a little extra game and be like, hey, here's a new version of
Cops and Robbers version.
of Battlefield. Exactly, that's literally what it was. But I was so excited because I never owned a Battlefield game. All the trailers looked amazing, but you watch the trailer, you play the beta, you've played the whole game.
Yep.
Now the storyline I thought was very good. I guess a lot of people said that wasn't.
I didn't.
I thought it was pretty good. Did you play the whole storyline?
No,
I
I
couldn't-
didn't. I played a little bit.
I couldn't get
If you go to the end, the twist at the end is a lot. It hits you.
I couldn't get invested in the storyline.
I would say go back and do it. If you're gonna do it, if you've spent $60 on it, go play the story.
I
it was-
played the story. I couldn't get invested.
Really, you played it all the way through, and the twist at the end too.
It was okay.
Yeah, okay. I thought that was decent, but it was still a big letdown for me. Because seeing it every time you walked into GameStop, it was up there as one of the biggest games. Out, blah, 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 pre-order today. And I was so excited I pre-ordered it when I saw it. And everybody's talking about Battlefield, how big Battlefield was earlier. And Battlefield's like always been one of your favorite games, and you kept telling me about it. And I went and pre-ordered Hardline. I took it home. I played it for the first week. It was amazing. And after that, it was just not good.
I thought it was going to be good too. But, no.
That was my biggest disappointing game of the year. Best game of the year for me. Call of Duty is obviously always there. I thought Advanced Warfare was amazing. Didn't have the GB and competitive success we wanted to at Saints and Angels last year.
Unfortunately,
Black
it was
Ops
a
3 is
flop.
going to be very different, as you can already see. We're doing very, very well in GBs. My favorite game of the year, it might be Batman, and it might be Until Dawn.
Well, that's sad.
Really?
You obviously haven't played very many games.
No, I haven't, because literally Advanced Warfare is my life.
Yeah.
Or Call of Duty was my life for a very, very long time.
Well, if we're going of the year, meaning released in 2015, I have to say, I'm sorry, Witcher 3, you have been overtaken by Just Cause 3. Because
We have to say that. I almost want to say that's 2016.
no, I mean I got it for Christmas.
But you played it for 4 days, and then it's 2016. So okay, we can talk about Just Cause, but do that when it's your turn.
Fine.
It's my turn. I would say either Batman or Until Dawn was my favorite game of the year. Black Ops 3 is obviously great too. Those were my two favorite games of the year. Until Dawn, Batman, two favorite games of the year. Most disappointing game for me was Battlefield Hardline. Go, your turn.
Okay.
be thinking you're next.
So, most disappointing game to me was Star Wars Battlefront.
Really?
Um,
I thought you were going to say something different.
what would you think I would say?
Elder Scrolls.
Oh, God! Never mind. Yeah.
I would have assumed you said Elder Scrolls.
I blocked it out. I haven't thought about Elder Scrolls in a long time. Yeah, Elder Scrolls is my most disappointing game of 2015. I honestly, if you haven't heard of it, don't. And if you have, then I don't need to explain why it was awful. But ever since playing Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion, and Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim, I always was thinking it would be so amazing to be able to have another person in the game with me. I was so wrong. That never should have happened. And Bethesda, if you want to keep Elder Scrolls alive, you better do really well with Elder Scrolls 6 because you really dropped
7, right?
No.
This was 6?
Online.
Not really. Gotcha.
It was online. It
Okay.
wasn't part of the main RPG storyline. You better do damn well with Elder Scrolls 6 because you dropped a big fat one in our living rooms.
You had told me to get that game for months before it came out.
And he played it a day. I played
I
it
got
for-
to maybe level 16 and I was like, this is the most repetitive shit I've ever done in my life.
I played it for a month and a half.
Waiting
maybe.
for it, hoping it was going to get good.
Waiting and hoping for it to eventually be good, but I
was just
not keep going.
confused and I didn't know what to do and I didn't like it at all. I couldn't do anything with friends
Yeah, exactly.
unless we were literally the same level.
Yeah, that's
And-
that's the thing.
I couldn't. I mean, I guess maybe was the storyline any good for you?
No, not at all.
Because I was gonna say maybe the saving grace would be you and a friend play co-op all the way through, which is hard as. But
When you really
that
can't.
wasn't as much of a disappointing game, except I just felt like I wasted $60.
Mm-hmm.
If I would have waited a month and got it a month after, and you told me not to get it, I would have saved $60 and I would have bought something else. Probably would have had enough money for I don't know Battlefront or something, which I'm probably still gonna get.
Oh well.
Battlefront was a good game, right? Just the lack of content is the only thing.
I'd say Battlefront was my number 2 disappointing game
Okay.
because of my expectations for it.
Okay.
So growing up, I always played the LucasArts games, which were the Star Wars video games developed and made by like George Lucas and the actual people that made the films and the shit like that. But now that it's been taken over and DICE and EA put their stamp on it, they wanted to make it more user friendly, I guess,
Simplistic.
and try things out. Yeah, simplistic and try things out. I honestly feel like Battlefront was like a testing ground for new Battlefield because of DICE. Because they want to see what they can get away with Battlefield.
I thought-
And I will tell you what they did in comparison to
Hardline.
Battlefield or Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2. They took away Galactic Conquest, which is a no-no.
They might be bringing it back with DLC. We know nothing about DLC.
Exactly.
DLC might be the game's saving grace.
There's 4 huge DLCs coming out that will either make or break this game for me. And I will either be extremely pissed off and not like DICE as much, or I will be extremely happy.
Oh, here's the thing, though. DICE, I feel like they did what they wanted to do. Like, they wanted to create a game that would make it feel like Star Wars as much as possible. And
That's true.
And they did.
And they did.
Like, it feels
But-
like It
but-
feels like Star Wars.
What I expected coming into the game
Was more like
is a
the
Battlefield experience but Star Wars.
I agree. I did too, because of DICE.
What I got was no competition and a very non-immersive gameplay.
Agreed. Which we will have a series coming out with me and you trying to figure out the survivals, which I think will be a lot of fun.
It could be good.
But I feel like we're almost, at that point, we're trying to make our own fun out of the game, which hopefully you shouldn't have to do.
Yeah.
Literally, GTA, I know we were pretty late with videos with that, but we didn't need to make our own fun in that. We literally got on with a bunch of friends on PS3, and we recorded for an hour, and we had enough for a video. And it's
See,
like,
I feel like
we didn't really need to make our own. We literally played, and we kind of did like little skits and stuff, but we were just riding around for fun with friends.
true.
And then it ended up being funny, the funniest shit ever. And it's stuff like that. You know, Call of Duty, you don't have to, I mean, Call of Duty is more repetitive, so you do kind of have to make your own fun with it at times. But you can play competitive all year and not get bored, in my opinion, which is what we're going to do.
Exactly.
Because you're constantly trying to get better, you're constantly trying to win tournaments and all this other stuff, but I don't know.
But also you can see, like, with Call of Duty specifically, you can see what other people do, what you can do to get better, what you did wrong, learn from mistakes.
Try new strategies.
Try this instead of this, so on.
So yeah, those are my disappointing games.
Okay.
My two. What?
The other thing, Fallout. What do you think about Fallout?
I love Fallout.
Was it disappointing for you?
Not at
A
all.
lot of people were saying it was.
The Fallout 4 was not disappointing to me at all.
Okay. I guess what we've heard.
But were you hyped up for it?
That was the thing. We heard.
I was very hyped for Fallout.
Okay.
The only thing is, there's not a ton of replay value.
Which is fine.
Which they
I don't-
advertise a ton of replay value,
I don't
but
think there was.
the outcomes for all games are too similar for there to be.
Gotcha. Which I'm fine with. No replay value in a game.
True.
If I finish the game and I say, wow, and I that was worth $60, then I'm happy. Like, Until Dawn. We're never going to play that game again.
No.
Unless maybe it's 3 years, we forget about it, we try to play it again, and hopefully graphics are better, but you never know, we might plug it in 3 years later. But I spent $60 on that game. We played for maybe 9 hours, which is still a pretty long time, but there's no replay value in that game whatsoever.
No.
But it's still one of my favorite games of the year.
Uh-huh.
So that I'm not, but I guess the thing about Fallout that a lot of people were saying is the hype was so much. Could the game live up to the hype that it was? I guess for some people it did, some people it didn't. Overall, it was a good game, you're saying?
Yeah.
Which I will probably end up picking up later, but we'll see. What are your best games? What were the best games of the year?
My best games were the number one game of the year, The Witcher 3.
Okay. Which we talked about.
Which I talked about. But recently, I think that's been overtaken by Just Cause 3. Just Cause.
It's a great game.
I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know how to explain how freaking
We'll talk
amazing
about Just Cause
is.
later, once all three are. Hopefully you will get it, Jacob.
I don't know.
You're thinking about it?
Yeah, that's another thing.
thinking.
I am like so far ahead of both Jacob and Andrew in amount of games that I've played.
Yes.
And so pretty much everything that I could talk about would just completely destroy and spoil games.
We'll talk about it in a couple months on another podcast.
Yeah.
Once we've all played it.
And I'll probably still be playing it because it's just that good.
That's the thing. Like,
That's another thing. If they don't come out with DLC for Just Cause, I'm going to probably cry.
because you want it so bad. If they don't come out with DLC for it, would you go back and say it was an awful game?
No.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. The other game that's kind of like Just Cause that I'm really excited for is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Woodlands.
Never heard of it.
It's literally going to be a map size, same thing, and it's being made for multiplayer.
Ghost Recon Woodlands.
I believe it. That's
It's
what
a
it's
Ghost
called.
Okay. Okay, Ghost Recon.
Maybe not Ghost
I was-
Recon.
I
It's,
was-
it's Tom Clancy something Woodlands.
It's not Splinter Cell, is it?
Oh, it might be.
Oh god.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I'll look it up later. But it's one of those, and it literally looks like GTA on steroids, and it's being made for multiplayer.
It's probably Ghost Recon.
I think it is Ghost Recon.
Because
It's third person.
Splinter Cell, if they made another Splinter Cell game, I'd be all over that.
Okay. Well, we'll see. But I was thinking, if we could hop on that and have another GTA, that'd be awesome. But they're saying this Woodlands thing,
Well, The Division.
that's going to be a lot more story based.
I don't know.
You think it's open world like that?
Yeah, The Division.
We'll see. Can you go around and do the kind of shit you could like I mean, I guess GTA is GTA. You're never going to get another GTA until you get another GTA.
Just Cause.
No.
Yeah.
Not the multiplayer.
Well, okay.
Literally, like GTA wasn't GTA one of the first open world games?
It was one of the first like that.
Because like you could go anywhere in the map you wanted and do all these different missions.
Yeah.
Which is what GTA 5 was, and then they added multiplayer into it, and it was freaking insane. And I loved it. That was probably one of my favorite games of all time and will be forever. GTA 5. But we'll see when GTA 6 comes out, but I was hoping, because what we did on GTA 5, we got on and just screwed around. I was hoping you could do that. There was going to be another game coming out that you could do that, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I was hoping Woodlands would be like that. It's kind of looking like it because the map's so big, it's open world, you can do whatever the fuck you want, you can get on with friends. So I was hoping that would be kind of similar.
Yeah,
It
but
might be.
Is open world really relevant anymore?
Not, that's a very interesting question.
I mean, considering
Almo-
open universe.
Literally, the only thing that's not open world would be first-person shooters. That like you are going to do this mission and you are going to go here, 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 no matter what.
Right. But
Pretty much all the games are almost open world at this point, right? That's a very interesting question because a lot of developers want their games to be open world.
but who needs open world anymore when you have open universe?
Continue.
So, for those who don't know who I'm talking what I'm talking about, there's this game coming out called No Man's Sky.
Oh yeah.
I'm so excited. Chris has been talking about this forever. Crazy. When we get on this shit with him, it's going to be insane. You guys just wait. This summer, freaking Saints and Angels this summer with No Man's Sky is going to be insane. Just saying. Chris is going to be on. Ryan's going to be on again. It's going to be a lot of fun. But open universe.
Open universe.
Open universe.
So, basically, just to put it into perspective, take the map of GTA 5 and
that's the size of one planet.
no,
No, not even.
multiply that by 100. That is the size of one planet. And then multiply that by about infinity.
Yeah.
And that is the size of this.
From what they've been saying,
Literally an open universe.
like literally what they've been saying is that this game is going to end up being 3 years later. You get on, play, you could discover another planet that nobody has ever discovered yet. Which I think is insane, and I don't know how they do that. Like, I guess they're going to develop it so that it continues to be developed as the game goes on.
That's very possible.
And I feel like that's what it's going to be. And if that is what it's going to be, we are all hopping on. We are all making our goddamn ships. We're going out, and Saints and Angels is becoming a galaxy.
Yeah, the Saints and Angels.
It will be
galaxy.
we will name it Saints and Angels, and we will each have our own planet. That's going to be the Tyrant planet. That's the Screech planet. That's the Viper planet. It's going to be sick.
And we will
we
defend
will fucking defend that planet. It's going to be fun.
We will build hella space stations.
Hella space stations. And all those little dinosaurs.
Another thing is,
if there's a snake world, it's going to be the Viper planet.
well, there was a thing.
Viper 1, Viper 2, Viper 3.
What me and Chris were talking about was there's also like species on
Yes.
planets, and if you find a species, you can name the species, and it's that name. Same thing with planets. If you find a planet and
Or a
you
universe,
name
or
a planet,
galaxy.
you can name that planet or universe, or not universe, but galaxy, and it will be the name for every single player that ever finds that species or planet or galaxy.
I know.
What we were thinking of is, Chris and I, was that we would go out and systematically kill every single member of a species. Create an entire mass genocide of like T-Rexes.
But there may be more T-Rexes over on another planet.
It will be a long and slow process.
It's an open universe game. You're not going to
a long and slow process. But eventually, what we were thinking is like the developers have this hub where they know exactly how many of a species are left alive or like being born and stuff.
And they're going to repopulate it.
We will kill off an entire species, and the developers will come back one day and be like, "Oh, these douchebags! They killed off the T-Rexes."
I'm going to name one species the faggots.
Oh.
That'd be really funny. Yeah, the dicks. This game
Digosaurus Rex.
This game gives me a gamergasm.
Oh.
Second gamergasm of the series. I think it's definitely worth it.
Gamergasm.
Gamergasm. Gamergasm number 2 comes in episode 2.
Here it comes.
Good one. But yeah, okay. We're looking forward to that. That's going to be freaking awesome. The other one I wanted to ask you about.
What?
We got your favorite game of the year. We got your most disappointing game of the year, Mad Max.
I'm not going to say anything about Mad Max.
Why?
I liked Mad Max. I'm just going to say it's not for everybody.
Okay. Because...
It's not for a lot of people.
Okay.
It's for me.
They made it for you.
They made it for me.
Okay.
I think I might be the only person that appreciates Mad Max.
Really? Why?
Because I've gone on discussion boards and shit looking for, I don't know,
somebody to share
certain things about the game, and everyone says Mad Max is a piece of shit. But I like Mad Max. I don't know what it is, but I liked it.
Everybody, I mean, the cars and all that seem cool. The car combat seems cool, but it does seem very repetitive.
Oh, it's... I don't know. You know what? I didn't really feel like it was very repetitive.
Because a lot of people do.
Because it's not just cars. You get out and do stuff.
Yeah, I know. But it seems like, oh, you're going to liberate this base. Now you're going over to liberate another one.
Yeah, but you do like 4 bases and then you go do a mission. It's not that bad.
Okay, maybe it is for... Okay, well, you liked it. A lot of people didn't like it. I guess that's maybe...
And
you're
everyone
right.
in the game is crazy. Like, there's not a single sane person besides yourself
Yeah.
in the entire game.
Which is something I could get behind, I feel like. What about the girl?
I'm not gonna say that.
Is she insane?
No.
Because I know a lot about it because I've seen videos.
No, but I don't want to give anything away. What? No.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
But, oh, God. That... I honestly was disgusted by some of the...
People?
biggest plot twists and things that people would consider spoilers in the game. Like, that I'm not going to say, but I was disgusted and, like, horrified and really saddened by some of the things that happened in that game.
Okay. Well, I guess, okay. Some people didn't like it. You did.
I did.
It was a very good game for you?
It was a good game.
Okay. I might play it. We'll see what happens. Jacob, your turn.
Worst game.
Most disappointing?
You don't play a whole lot of games. Let's be honst.
No.
All right, we're skipping Jacob.
No. I have a few. I have a few that you haven't mentioned.
Okay.
Okay, well, there's 2 to me.
I feel like No Man's Sky is going to be such a disappointment.
You know what? I keep feeling the same way, and I don't know why. I feel like there's so much hype, and then it's just not going to be what it is. Because, like, you've seen trailers where you go to a new planet, and it looks like it's Dr. Seuss, and it looks so cool. Like, I've never seen anything like, look, it's bubblegum trees. Like, it looks amazing, but...
They better have a ridiculous combat system. They better have faction wars. They better have... They better not just leave it up to us, because if they do, that's going to suck.
Or it could be one of the best games ever if they leave it up to us. That's the thing we don't know.
They have to they have to put things in to let us do things.
Yeah.
Because
I'm not going to think about it.
If we just fly around and occasionally see, because the thing's so fucking big that we may
never get to name anything.
No.
Hopefully, I mean, I'm assuming we will. I'm assuming if we get on and fly for an hour,
we may not see people, and there better be like warp speed or something.
I think there is.
Because if we have to like fly everywhere, you know how ridiculously stupid that would be.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that worries me about it when I keep looking at gameplay, I haven't seen combat system yet.
But you know there is.
I would assume, yeah.
There is, because I saw ammo count. I saw an ammo count.
Okay, I mean, I guess there's that, and I haven't.
But that's crazy too.
I haven't seen interaction with
there's
others. I haven't even seen what people look like.
True, but it's first person, so
exactly. I don't know what you're going to look like when we go into a game. I don't know what.
Maybe I create my person.
Hopefully, that'd be awesome.
I mean, that wouldn't really bother me that much.
But I am extremely excited about it. I just don't know what to expect. And I feel like
Chris knows a lot more.
Chris knows a lot more, and I'm worried he's going to be the one that's going to be the most disappointed if it becomes disappointing.
Or it could be the best game we've ever played.
Exactly.
And Chris will gloat like a son of a bitch.
He's going to gloat like a son of a bitch anyway. We're gonna play. Here's the thing: we're gonna play it for a week.
Even if it sucks, we're still gonna play it.
Oh, exactly. That's the thing. We'll see what you can. That's the issue. Is I don't know what you can do with it. What more can you do than just fight people and create and discover?
The thing is, if you get the game, we can do so much. We can do so many videos with the game.
Hopefully,
like there's unlimited possibilities. I mean, there's so much shit for funny videos.
What?
Mass genocide.
Okay, still. All right.
I just don't know what's going to go beyond fighting and discover.
I could see Chris saying like, "Oh, I wonder what happens if I try to go warp speed through this planet." He warp speeds through the planet.
And
maybe
dies.
the planet explodes.
Maybe. Maybe we go over to find who.
What happens when you die? Where do you respawn?
You know what our thing. You remember our thing in GTA? I don't know if you guys saw this, but if you were on our stream on GTA, you definitely saw this. When me and Chris would go into a public lobby and someone killed us for no reason.
Exactly. Can we hunt people down?
We would kill them until they left the lobby.
Is there like a nemesis thing?
Think about this.
Where we can find our most vicious enemies
and destroy their home planet.
Exactly. Can we blow up planets like the Death Star?
Like, that's the thing. Like, can we go and if somebody kills us for no reason, we're minding our own business, and somebody kills us for no reason, instead of killing them...
Can I call in the squad and hunt down this bitch?
Exactly. Instead of...
There are military police. We know that.
There are.
Okay.
So you know a lot more about it than I do, but instead of killing the person until they leave...
Also, I do know Chris filled me in on a lot. And actually, now that I think about it, I'm a lot more excited right now than I was 5 minutes ago. Because, okay, so there's military police. You can get a job. You can get a job. So there's International Space Station.
You can get a freaking job?
Okay, listen.
I don't know anything about this game, obviously.
There's space stations put in by the creators. Huge freaking space stations where you can sell shit, buy shit. You can become a trader.
Ooh.
You can be a merchant.
Fuck that.
Listen to me.
I don't want to be. We'll make him the fucking merchant. You can be the fucking merchant.
You can protect merchants as their cargo goes from one planet to another planet. You know what that means? You know what that means?
We can sabotage cargo.
No, you know what that means? There are pirates.
Okay, I'm excited.
But the pirates, that's where the military police come in.
Oh fuck, yeah, you're right.
But seriously, What's there to stop us from creating an intergalactic empire?
Yeah, with
We'll rule the whole
Monster,
universe.
Havarek. We get all the guys that we've been playing with forever.
What's stopping us from literally becoming the Empire from Star Wars?
What's stopping us from getting followers on Twitch and subscribers on YouTube to come and make their own planet within our galactic empire?
We could literally be the mafia kings of the universe.
I'm so fucking excited for this game now. Okay.
What if we can build a space station that can blow up planets?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We what
What if we can build a Death Star?
or build our own planet? Well, instead of somebody killing you for no reason in GTA and you kill them till you leave the lobby.
Oh, you killed me? You
I'm
killed
gonna
me?
fucking
I'm gonna blow up your planet!
Exactly. I am okay. You got me a lot more excited. Gamergasm, like this is bigger
That's
than the last
number 3.
Gamergasm. No, this is still the second one, but damn. Okay.
Aftershock Gamergasm.
Yes.
Okay, Jacob, continue.
What is your favorite game?
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm over here.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, I
I
was
got
just
excited.
I was just yeah.
I Gamergasmed.
Okay,
Damn.
so most disappointing game. There's 2 in my mind. One Andrew said Battlefield Hardline, but
Yep.
also the other one maybe Need for Speed.
Okay, that was one I was going to ask you about.
Battlefield. Okay, well first of all, when I try to find a game, I don't look up videos. I ask friends from their point of view. So I had a friend.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Fuck off.
So but that's also good too, because that's opened me up to some other games. Because you guys have
And there's been a
suggested
lot of games that you've liked.
Yeah, because you
got
guys
from.
have told me, hey, take a look at this one. But I had a friend who played the entire Battlefield series. He played way back when it was just on PC. I think it was the thing where it was just on PC and then it came over to consoles. Do you guys know?
Don't
I have no idea.
But he played it on PC for sure. And he played Battlefield 3. And he told me how amazing it was. He showed me gameplay and he said it was really good. I heard nothing about Battlefield 4 because I didn't even know about it. But he said Battlefield 3, which is the latest one I knew of. He said it was really, really good.
Battlefield 3. I can't decide whether I like Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4 more. Because they honestly
They're
were
very similar, right?
They were very similar, but they were both fantastic games.
Okay. Keep going.
And they had their own
Goods and bads.
goods and bads.
Okay.
So, when I told him that there was going to be a Battlefield Hardline, he shit his pants and said, you should probably get that. We can play it together.
Who was this?
No one you know. He was
Okay.
on my water polo team. But he hyped me up for it, and I ended up not liking it at all.
I would go back and play the campaign. Just to
Yeah.
get your $60 worth. If you're going to get anything with it, if you don't get the multiplayer, at least get what you can out of the campaign for $60.
But Ty said he couldn't get anything out of
That's
it.
because he's played so many other impactful games beyond our comprehension.
That's because
Ty is the
that's because when I get a
granddaddy
game
right now of
that's
Saints
because when I get a game, I go to the single player first,
Well, a lot of us do.
and I judge a game by its single player.
Yeah. That's how it used to be.
That's how it still is for me.
It's not
It's
that
almost
way
like
for me now.
reverse
It's
now.
almost reverse now because guys are making games for me.
So here's what I do. Depending on what the game, except for the Battlefield series, where, Battlefield 3 and 4 were Battlefield 3 was the first Battlefield I played. And then Battlefield 4 came, and the multiplayers were pretty similar. Pretty similar, not as similar as you would think. Not like a Call of Duty, like Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3 similar.
Mm-hmm.
But decently similar. What I started to do because of that is I judged them. Because their multiplayers were fantastic. They're still what I consider the best first-person shooter multiplayers to date.
Battlefield?
Battlefield.
Okay.
Besides Hardline. So what I did to judge the game was I played the campaign. And the campaigns were pretty good for both of them. Battlefield 3's campaign was a little better than Battlefield 4's because some people thought that Battlefield 4's campaign was a little dumbed down. I still liked it. Going on to Battlefield Hardline, what I noticed is DICE kind of they wanted to see what they could do. They wanted to see where they could go with their franchise because they...
Which is something we kind of talked about last podcast.
Yeah, a little bit. Because they knew that Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 were kind of the same game. They wanted to see what they could get away with. They didn't get away with much. Battlefield Hardline, the campaign, in my opinion, was not very good. But that's because
I agree. It wasn't one of the best I've ever played, but it's not like I said
and the multiplayer was absolute garbage.
it kind of was.
So all in all,
Very good idea.
I don't think so.
See, I thought it would have been a great idea if they would have, add on a little extra.
Exactly.
I
It
thought
could
that
have been
would've been
it would have been a fantastic DLC.
Yeah. If they would have, that would have been a deal. Yeah. Okay.
But it was not a good game. Especially when compared to other Battlefield games.
All right. So that was one. That was
Same
one of your
thing
most-
with Star Wars Battlefront.
That was yeah. So that was one of your most disappointing.
Yeah, and then the other one,
Need for Speed.
Need for Speed. I played a lot of the older ones. I actually went really far back and I played on the GameCube. I played Need for Speed Underground. That one was really old. I like that. So that was my first one ever. Really liked it. And those were like, what I found funny was those were like stock cars that you find every day. And then when I played my next Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, there were all these fancy cars.
Yeah.
There were, Koenigsegg's, Ferraris. I won't get into all that. But they had a much more variety. And that was like awesome. So I got to like
You got
see
into
all these
cars
new
again,
cars. And like the other half was just like getting these cars because they were so cool to me. And then I played Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Undercover was very good as
Most Wanted was good.
I liked
Most Wanted.
Most
I liked
Wanted,
Most
Undercover, Carbon.
Hot Pursuit. Hot
Carbon
Pursuit
was
is still
great.
my favorite of all time because of Hot Pursuit was definitely different because one, you could be a cop or a runner.
I love that. And you
Two-
can play with your friends.
Yeah, except I never got.
Which
to,
one did we
'cause-
play at Tyler's house?
Carbon.
But what
I like
really,
Carbon.
but
Carbon's
what I
Carbon,
really,
pretty good.
but what I really, really liked about Hot Pursuit was you had these special abilities. You had like jamming. You could roadblock. You could throw spike strips.
Yeah. I mean, doing that with
Oh, that
friends was so much fun.
I love that, and it was really fun on the campaign too. Very fun.
Wasn't
And then
as fun as multiplayer on Hot Pursuit, but it was very fun.
Yes. So then I played Most Wanted, but at that point it was more of, to me, like, oh, look at these new cars I could get. I wonder what kind of cars they have. But it was also still like, I wonder if it's going to be similar to Hot Pursuit.
Most Wanted?
I mean, Most Wanted was the first open world Need for Speed.
No, Carbon was open world. Need for Speed.
Carbon World was open world. Need for Speed Most Wanted was still very good to me, but it still wasn't as good as Hot Pursuit. And then
The new one.
the new one, my last impression was Most Wanted, and it just wasn't the same at all. I haven't gone far in it yet, but I just feel like it's not gonna. I kind of played it.
If they came out with another Cops one like that, multiplayer, which I have a feeling they're going to,
Oh, I hope they
It's gonna
do.
be fun.
If they made like a Hot Pursuit thing, oh
Hot
my
Pursuit
God.
2 or something, yeah.
There is a Hot Pursuit 2, I think. They need to make a Hot Pursuit 3.
There's a Hot Pursuit 2?
I think. I'm
We'll
not
have to
sure.
look at it.
But if they make another Hot Pursuit with, all the specialists, all the cops and robbers,
Mm-hmm.
if they do that, that would be so much fun. But Need for Speed, the new one, it was just kind of like, it was like drive around, gain a reputation, run from cops every now and then, maybe race. Like,
It's kind of what Carbon was.
but it was,
You had to take over literally the map.
the
It
beginning
was
is,
very fun.
yeah, but it
It was
almost,
new and fresh, and nobody's seen anything.
See,
of it.
I'm not big on racing games.
see, I was, you're more of,
You're more story based.
I'm
Yeah.
story-based action.
I'm almost in the middle of both of you guys.
But racing, like, it just, I don't know. It wasn't. There just wasn't that. It kind of felt
Feeling
repetitive.
dry, repetitive.
It was dry. I don't know. It just felt like, kind of this here. Oh, like here's this. It wasn't like. I don't know. It just kind of felt like the beginning. All it was
It
like.
wasn't what you expected. You were excited for a lot more.
Yeah, the old ones that you didn't know, like, all it was just like racing stuff. They focused on the racing. This one they focused on like making friends and like
Huh. Was
like
it more story based?
it kind of the very no the very beginning. The beginning scene is like you drive in, you like run from a race, and this guy meets you. And he's like, "Oh, come down to my shop," and then you meet their like 4 friends, and then you're just kind of like you just kind of hang out with them the rest of the game so far, because like we get calls and they'd be like, "Hey, come race me here," or "Hey, come drift with me here," but it would just kind of be like more friends stuff. It wasn't. They didn't focus enough on the racing part. They were kind of focusing more on making an open world, which they nailed the open world. I thought in Most Wanted, but they didn't this game.
Okay.
But it was just kind of more like focus on friends.
Need for Speed almost did the same thing the Battlefield did. They tried to go a different route and didn't work.
Yeah.
Okay. Best game of the year for you.
Well, I mean, it would be stupid of me to say
If
COD,
you say
just
COD,
because, like, I know. I don't know, Andrew mentioned Until Dawn. I really did like Until Dawn. It felt like a movie, and that's what they said they were shooting for. It did feel like a movie.
It was a great game. That's your game?
I think that's my game,
That's your
Until
game?
Dawn. I can't,
So
because I don't play a lot, and
Yeah, you need to start playing more story.
That's what I'm
But-
saying. Well, I told
but I
you
don't-
I'd let you borrow whatever you want.
I don't know.
I'll let you borrow what Dude, seriously, my collection is open to both of you guys.
Do you want to take this home and play it before I do?
Oh,
no, you can start on that. I have
Assassin's Creed
I,
Syndicate.
Have you
I
played
have
any
other
of the
games.
Assassin's Creed? Assassin's Creed.
No, I have not.
No, I am saying it right. Damn it! Assassin's Creeds.
Go on the store and see if you can find some. I got the first 3 on PS3 for $20. But
I don't know. I'm just
I played one of them with my sister.
Yeah.
She liked it. She liked the storyline.
like the.
Okay, the Assassin's Creed games are all fantastic storyline-wise
Yeah,
and combat-wise
very good.
and everything except for Unity. Okay. Let's talk about games that we wish had never been made because it fucks everything
We kind
up.
of already are. Unity and Battlefront.
Unity, Battlefront, Elder Scrolls Online.
All right, all in 2015.
Oh my God, you're right.
And a lot of people say Advanced Warfare.
Nah.
A lot of people say they fucked it. They put the exosuits that never
Wait,
should have
if
been
we're-
in, and it ruined Call of
if
Duty.
we're
Why
gonna
does
do
that
COD
ruin
argument.
Call of Duty?
Because it's different. It's a lot. It's a lot.
But you
It's a different
need different stuff.
But here's
for
the
that
thing.
Which is
kind
what
of game.
everybody's tried to do with the other
Here's
games.
the thing.
But it didn't
But
work.
you-
Here's the thing. Treyarch looked at what was wrong and, in a way, made it right.
In Black Ops,
Yeah.
kind of.
They said
Black Ops 3.
it was kind of like let's let Sledgehammer see what they do, see what they like, see what they don't like, and let's learn from that.
Yeah.
Sometimes video games have to take chances to make it.
And I think they did
The
very
thing, okay.
good.
Because imagine
I
if they did
think
the same
I think
thing.
all developers should go by the if it ain't broke, don't fix it model.
Which is exactly what everybody said about Call of Duty.
But what
But
if
Call of Duty was freaking broke. It needed to be changed.
Okay.
Why do you think I couldn't get into it? I owned
so when did you
every single Call of Duty game.
So
Did
when-
you know that?
I did not.
I played every single game
I played number 3 on the Wii.
until Ghost
Because
because it got too repetitive.
a lot of people played 2,
And
3 games.
I
and
really
finished. They're done.
liked Advanced Warfare because of the difference.
I loved Advanced Warfare. I mean, granted, I started on Ghosts, but a lot of my friends have started even on Modern Warfare 3. They played Modern Warfare 2. They played Modern Warfare 2. Then Black Ops came out, right?
Yeah,
Ops 2,
Black Ops. And then
Two.
No, then Modern Warfare
MW2.
3.
Oh, right. MW2, Black Ops 3.
No, MW3. Black Ops.
MW3, Black Ops 2.
Yes.
And
It
then
always
Ghost.
switches
And
back.
then Ghost.
And then Ghost.
And then
So, I
they
mean,
do.
a lot of them stopped after Black Ops 2. They're like, fuck this, I'm done. And they hated Call of Duty ever since. I started in Ghost, even though Ghost was awful. I took like 4 months off. Then I played Advanced Warfare. I played Advanced Warfare every single week of the whole entire year. And I'm going to do the same thing with Black Ops 3. I'm going to play it every single week, if not almost every day. And that's just... I agree with you. I feel like that's exactly what Call of Duty needed. And they did... I've said this multiple times. They nailed it.
And then on the other hand,
Because it still felt like Call of Duty.
where
Exactly.
that model comes in well is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But when did you
Bethesda-
feel it was broke?
Bethesda, I felt Call of Duty was broke because it got too repetitive.
But when did you feel it started getting too repetitive and it needed a change? Do you think...
After you've
I
played
didn't
about
play Ghost,
2 or 3.
so I'd say Black Ops 2.
Well,
So
after
do you think
after
it needed
you
to
play,
change,
it doesn't
like,
matter.
earlier?
It doesn't matter
No,
where.
I think they needed to. I feel like Black Ops 2 is the last good game with that model,
Exactly.
and then Ghost ruined it,
Yeah.
that model, and then they figured out, hey, we probably need to change this shit.
I agree, but I don't think it matters which. I don't think you can say which game ruined it.
True. I just think they realized enough was enough.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Because
I don't
it
know
got
when.
to the point where it
It could have been.
wherever game you start, you're gonna play 2 or 3 Call of
It could be
Duties,
so much
and you got
worse.
bored.
Exactly.
Which I don't think I will because it's the competitive
Because-
that's really pulling me along. If I didn't
Exactly.
play competitive and I just
Because of
played multiplayer, I'd be done.
What you did was perfect because you got one game of the old style.
Which was awful, but still.
And then now it's all going to be new for you. And so you're never going to get bored of it.
Hopefully.
No.
I'm really hoping that the
No,
next
'cause-
game that Treyarch pulls
no,
out
'cause
is
I
World
started-
at War II.
I started on Black Ops 2. I started on what people say is like the last good
Right.
COD. But I also have played old ones.
right, but
and
you haven't played them seriously.
Like you are
do-
now.
Like you do
In Black
like
Ops
you did
3 with
Ghost
us.
Oh,
and
no, I
Ghost.
played MW2 so hard. I played
Yeah,
that one a
but
lot.
when did you play that? You didn't play it when it came out.
Oh, I wish. I could
Exactly,
imagine how
that's
much
the
that
thing.
would have been fun.
So it's all retroactive. It's not like you're playing it to play.
You're not
it.
playing it during its life cycle.
Yeah.
yeah. But
If you go if
Which
you
a
go
lot of
back
people
and
say
if you
that-
go back and play storylines or multiplayer of those games in the past, you appreciate it a lot more. But
oh,
Yeah.
I actually did like the Call of Duty ones. I like the Infinity Ward, the Modern Warfare series campaign a lot, actually, with the...
Yeah, I thought Modern
All the Call
Modern
of
Warfare
Duty-
2 campaign was
see,
great.
I like Call of Duty
Finishing
because
with
the
the White House and stuff.
storylines are awesome.
They had some good...
Advanced Warfare storyline was amazing, in my opinion.
Kevin Spacey is
Great.
one of my favorite actors. So.
Yeah. I mean, I thought they did
Where was
exactly
I?
what they needed to do.
Where was I?
I don't know. Where,
repetitive change.
Where it's good to have that model. The if it ain't broke, don't fix it. For Bethesda with Elder Scrolls,
Okay.
and the Fallout series, they made those games and they did all of that with a single player RPG open world base. Okay. That's what they made all of those games. That's what they started out with.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they made all those games. By bringing it to an MMO, top-down MMO, I mean, the thing is, they didn't need to make a multiplayer game then. They could have waited, and they could have
Okay.
made it a lot better than it
they
was.
could have waited.
They could have waited.
Because you literally just said you were always wondering what it would be like to have a friend with you. So you wanted
But
it,
I
and a lot of
wasn't-
people wanted it. And they tried it.
The thing
and they
is,
fucked
I
up.
wanted it, but I didn't need it yet.
Still, it doesn't matter. The market, everybody, if there's an idea out there.
As long as they realize that it was a bust and they go back to the old way, I'm perfectly fine with it.
I'm not. I wasted $60.
Yeah.
You're not, because you played all the other games. You went to this one, you were a little disappointed, but you still have those other games to back you up to say this
Yeah.
is still a great series. I don't have that.
let that.
Which I won't, just because I don't know why I spend so much money on video games, but I do. So I'm going to, but still.
Okay. Another thing is the Battlefield Hardline. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Okay. However, you still need to change, and I completely welcome new ideas into the community. And I feel like Battlefield, if they didn't do this, I almost feel like they would always have it in the back of their mind, like, we could do something like this, and then they tried to release it as a big game, and it was a bust. You're always going to have that. It ain't broke, don't fix it, okay. But that was still a very, very good idea for a game. It just didn't work out.
True.
So I'm
But they
torn
needed
on
to-
that statement sometimes.
The thing is, they need to advertise it differently then, because I expected the same game,
Yeah.
but just in a cops and robbers base. The thing is,
Which it kind
the
of...
fighting wasn't even the same.
Really?
The weapon play was not even the same. It felt really dumbed down.
Okay.
There wasn't even any bullet drop. Or if
Yeah,
there
there-
was,
yeah, there
if there was, it was very.
I
minimal.
noticed it coming from Call of
And the
Duty.
maps were very, very small.
They were, compared to the other games. Okay.
And there were no jets and helicopters. Like a serious,
or tanks.
serious helicopters.
Yep.
Like shit that blows shit up. And that pissed me off.
Yeah. So, okay. So we've got my favorite game, either Batman or Until Dawn. Worst game, most disappointing game was Elder Scrolls or Battlefield for me.
My most disappointing game was absolutely Elder Scrolls. My favorite games were The Witcher 3 and Just Cause 3.
And then, most disappointing for me, Battlefield, Hardline, or Need for Speed, and best, probably Until Dawn.
Alright, so that is 2015 wrapped up. And we've already started talking a little bit about what we're excited for in 2016 in No Man's Sky. Mafia 3's coming out, which is going to be good. There's a lot of games.
The next Call of Duty!
Okay, I'm always going to be excited for the next Call of Duty because I'm playing competitive and it's fun.
Yeah.
The other thing we didn't really talk about was Rainbow Six.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a good game.
I
think it's great.
Okay,
I haven't played it yet.
okay, Rainbow Six, to me, okay, the way I was told about it was it is a search and destroy in Black Ops 3, or in Call of Duty, but much more
On steroids.
complicated.
And it is.
And I was like,
That's
okay.
such a bad way to put it.
But it is.
No,
but
it's
true.
I don't know, man. Because
No.
the way I play
You're gonna
Search
play-
and Destroy is just like, go ahead and shoot. Because when I play Call of Duty Search and Destroy, I think, oh, you know, it's fine. Go ahead and shoot. But maybe, like, sit here, go here. Now, when I went to Rainbow Six, I was like,
Holy cow.
what is this? I can jump up here. I can
Grapple.
I can grapple. I can do all this.
There's so many
I can
different
sit up
ways
in a
you can
room.
attack.
I can blow up this floor. What?
I can have a RC, a little car that can monitor. I can have, you know, the possibilities are endless. I'm
When
like,
you die,
it's like
you can go into the cameras around the map and help for your teammates.
if you're the
Unless the other guys blow
The
them
thing
up.
is, the thing is,
Shoot the cameras.
there's so much strategy involved that some people wouldn't even expect the strategy that I have buried in my head. Because can you imagine what it would do to an enemy if you were to blow up the wall behind them and then come in the door they were just looking at?
Well, that's the thing. What we're going to think about. Videos to San Diego's competitive Rainbow Six is coming up very soon, by the way. We're going to record some tonight. But think about this. We scout them out. We find out what room they're in. All three of us go to a different entrance.
Yeah,
Set our
exactly.
charges. Blow it up on 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom. All three of us, 3 different entrance points. They blow up at the same time. We can call that blitz or something. You know, we're going to blitz this room. We're all going to set up in a different... You come down the ceiling. I come in a door. Jacob comes in a door. We just either tear shit up and it either works or it doesn't.
Or we all die.
Or we all die. You know, or they have a trap set for different... You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different things
we could do. So
It's not like Kyrie
It's a-
could just be like, going here.
no, it's.
or going
I think it's a very good game. I'm gonna finish that series on the situations. I literally started episode 2, and I got all the way to the end of it. I figured out how to do it, got through it with 3 stars. I was recording it, and my mom came down and said we had to leave for something. So now I don't remember how to do it. I'm gonna have to go back and spend another hour figuring out how to do it again and then record it. But that series is going to continue, but we'll figure that out. Other games coming up. There was this one game in 2017. I'm not going to talk about that, but they announced that. It's called Detroit. It's almost like another Until Dawn. It's more of a story-based cinematic game in the industrialized, futuristic Detroit area.
Huh.
It looks amazing. I'll show you a trailer later. Far Cry Primal.
Oh.
Okay. I'm excited for that.
See,
I
okay,
can't talk
you're
about
excited.
that.
You're
Why?
excited. Okay, here, I'll go first. You're excited because you played Far Cry 3, and how good did you say it was?
Far Cry 3 is probably at this moment in my top 3 favorite games of all time.
Same.
I never heard about it. You told me to get the next Far Cry 4.
And it did the same thing. It blew. Wasn't
I
Far
hate
Cry
it.
4 in this year too? What the hell is wrong with
Was it?
2015? Yes.
2015 was both a fantastic year for gaming and an awful.
Overall, it was. I feel like it was worse than it was good.
So,
Really?
How can you
I don't know.
think
dude.
about
I
think about the last few
I'm with
years?
Ty.
I
I think it's
disagree.
better than it's because they've learned.
Okay,
How to-
agreed.
It's
I just feel
getting
like so
better.
many series just dropped the ball this year.
It's
So?
getting. I feel like it's just getting better exponentially. It's,
I feel like
it's gonna get.
there's a lot of indie
It's
games and a lot of
stocks.
better games.
It's all stocks.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It goes up,
It's
and
random.
then they try things, and
Well,
it
that's
goes
what-
down a little bit, then it goes
That's
up.
why I feel
and
like
it goes
these next 2-3 years are going to be amazing.
Okay, but you played Far Cry.
And
Far
we're
Cry
going-
3 said it was amazing, so you're thinking.
I cried at the end. Not gonna lie.
You
Same.
told me to get Far Cry 4. I hated it, and now I don't want to get it because I'm afraid it's going to be like Far
Primal?
Cry 4.
Well, then-
but you want it because you think it's going to be like Far Cry 3.
I don't even think it's going to be like that. I'm just excited to see what they're going to do with it. Far Cry is a great game. The hunting aspect is one of the better parts, and now it's literally going to be all hunting. You're a tribe.
So
You're like
cool.
going to be hunting. You're going to be fighting other.
So cool.
I'm excited.
So cool.
We'll buy it first. We'll let you know. How it is.
What was I saying?
Yeah, you better let me
What was
know.
I thinking? For Far Cry 3, what ending did you choose? The first, your first playthrough. What ending did you choose? Be honest.
Spoiler alert!
Be honest. It's Far Cry 3, dude.
I saved my friends.
Did you? I didn't.
You didn't. You
I
went
didn't.
to have sex with the girl
I
who ended up
did.
killing you.
I did. And I enjoyed it.
You got to see boobies one more time.
Yeah.
All right, just go on to Pornhub.
Hey. Don't talk about those things.
Yeah. That was a great game. Far Cry Primal, I'm excited for that. Mafia 3,
Haven't heard anything about that.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna get it. I'm excited. No Man's Sky, we're just gonna skip over that.
Yeah,
we're excited about it. We're not gonna talk about it
We
anymore.
don't want to gamergasm again.
Tom Clancy, Ghost Recon Woodlands.
Tom Clancy made Rainbow
That
Six
is it.
Siege. We like it, but isn't it going to be totally different?
Oh, there's so many Tom
It's
Clancy
going to
games.
be so different.
It's a third person. I mean, Tom Clancy. This other one, Tom Clancy, The Division,
so
is
good.
this year. It's
Oh
gonna
my
be great.
god, Tom Clancy's. They're really going after it.
I mean, Tom Clancy, Rainbow Six Siege, Tom Clancy, Ghost Recon, Tom Clancy, The Division. Yeah, there's a ton of them.
Thank you, Tom Clancy.
and then at the end of 2016, a new Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell's coming up.
No, I don't actually know that. But
Hopefully.
that would just
The new Call of Duty.
hey!
that would make it.
That's gonna come.
Hey,
I still have a couple more
Madden
that
17.
Shut up, Tom. 16. Oh, I guess it is 17. I have a couple more here you might be surprised about that it's coming.
Oh god, what?
Hitman 6. Hitman's coming out with a new one.
I played Absolution.
You did?
I did. It was pretty good.
Dishonored 2.
I played the app.
Yeah, I'm not sure about.
You're not
Dishonored
excited?
2.
Okay. Those
I,
were two that I
I don't know. To be completely honest, I don't know.
Okay.
Just, I feel like it's gonna be too much like Dishonored.
Okay. I'm still have yet to play that. I'm excited. This year is going to be a great year for gaming, in my opinion. I just feel like 2015 a lot of series dropped the ball. Far Cry series dropped the ball. Battlefield series dropped the ball.
Did Far Cry really drop the ball? Because we didn't play that much.
I played the whole thing.
Oh, you did? Oh, shit. Well, I didn't.
Go back and play it. The issue, I don't necessarily say, they didn't get me so invested in the characters. They didn't because in Far Cry 3, I hated Voss.
True.
I wanted to fuck that guy in the asshole.
Jeez.
I wanted to shove an AK up his ass and watch his eyes bleed after shooting him through the forehead.
He did piss me off, but he was such a fantastic character.
Oh my god, he was a great character.
Is that
and
why
he
you
wasn't the only one like that.
True.
This other guy in Far Cry 4, I didn't really care for him that much.
True.
I felt like there was so much build up to kill Voss, and all of a sudden, everything leading up, it was actually difficult to get through. It was hard. The game was hard, and you get to that point, and you're like, "Oh my god, I fucking killed him. I'm done. I finished the game. Wow."
And it was so climactic.
Yes.
Him killing him was so
It was
good.
so, and then you get that choice at the end. And it was insane. Now you get to Far Cry 4. I didn't really get invested in the character. All of a sudden, you're like, "Wait, I already caught the guy," and then you're like, "Okay, now I have this decision." That came out of nowhere. It didn't build up.
Right.
Like Far Cry 3 did, and I was extremely excited because of Far Cry 3, and I feel like they kind of dropped the ball.
So
The graphics were the best part.
And Far Cry 3 even, there were twists and turns and ups and downs.
Oh my god, it was insane.
And you were like, oh, I finally caught him. Shit, I didn't catch him and he almost kills me.
Yeah.
Ah. And Far Cry 4, apparently.
It didn't do that.
Yeah.
The only turn was you thought you caught him. Oh, it's a decoy. Okay, next mission you catch him.
Yeah, it sucks.
It did. Elder Scrolls dropped the ball.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that anymore.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of the big series that came out with games dropped the ball this year, personally. And I feel like a lot of new indie games popped up. Rocket League, Until Dawn, a lot of those games.
Was that an indie game?
I don't think it was an indie game, but it was a very good game that it's under the radar.
True, very true.
A lot of those, I feel like, a lot of those games a lot of games did very well, and I feel like it was a good year. I'm not mad. It was a very good year. Black Ops 3 did very well. Advanced Warfare I thought was great. I feel like a lot of the big series, I feel like we could have had an amazing year. We had a new Elder Scrolls game coming out. We had a new Far Cry game coming out. We had Battlefront coming out. We had Battlefield coming out.
Yeah.
If those games were good, this would have been one of the best years ever. And I feel like that's my argument for I think it was worse than it was better.
The only thing I am extremely excited about in regards to Battlefront
is what the DLC is coming.
No. Doesn't even have to do with the game.
Okay.
It's the fact that another Star Wars game has been released, which leads into more Star Wars games.
Because there's been, 10, 20 years since one game has been released from Star Wars?
No. I mean, there was the Force Unleashed.
Yeah, that was a while ago. That was like PS2.
Yeah.
It was. I got it for PS2. So.
But.
Okay.
I don't know. I grew up with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic and Star Wars Battlefront, Battlefront 2, all these different Star Wars proxy games. And they were, to me, I even have Knights of the Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic, which is the Old Republic sequel, on my laptop on Steam. I still have it. And I beat that. I put 70 hours into both of them.
Okay.
But I cannot wait until more Star Wars games come out.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited too. I think it wasn't. If you look at it overall, in my opinion, it was more of a disappointing year than it was a good year because it could have been a lot better.
I agree.
But I don't think it wasn't.
I don't think
one of the best. It wasn't one of the worst
years
ever.
It's not a bad year.
It
was just slightly disappointing.
It was more. I feel like it was more disappointing. Yes. Maybe what do you think?
I thought it was a better year because I didn't really have anything to look down on.
So anything that popped up was either like, wow,
okay.
this is new and great, or yeah, this is new and okay.
Because I didn't have really a lot of games that were really on my mind besides like Call of Duty and Rainbow Six and
We're gonna change
Need
that
for
this
Speed.
year.
I know, I need to get in more.
Well-
But Need for Speed, I was just like, oh, okay, new Need for Speed. Okay, didn't work out. Or Call of Duty, okay, that worked out. I liked it.
Yeah.
Or, there wasn't like, an, oh my god.
This
and
game's
then-
coming out, and then,
Yeah.
and then okay.
Even though that Need for
Elvis
Speed
was
was... But even though that Need for Speed was disappointing to me, but that was disappointing to me because I
Yeah.
wasn't...
I hear you. All right, so
Anything else?
there's a little more.
Oh god.
I still want to talk about. We can kind of get away from gaming a little bit. This is not just a gaming podcast, except the first 2 episodes have all been gaming. First one was gaming just because that's what it ended up being.
What are you talking? The first episode, half of it was sports.
No, yeah, true, exactly.
Yeah.
And this episode was more of reflection on the year. The other thing I would
And
like
gaming.
to talk about in reflection of the year
God.
is where were we at the beginning of the year with Saints and Angels, and where have we come?
Oh jeez.
Okay, I think we have
Well, we've
Wrong.
added members.
We have added members. We've also kind of almost gotten rid of members because the issue with us is a lot of us came over to PS4 and a lot of us didn't. And some of them that didn't buy.
But they're getting PS4s now.
Yeah. However, here's the thing. On the GTA videos, they were all PS3. And it was the original guys were me, Chris, Michael, Jordan, and Joe, and Ryan. There were 6 of us. I was the first, me and Ryan, we went to go get our PS4s on the same day. We both got GTA, but we were the only 2 to have it. So we didn't really have anybody to play with. We couldn't really make videos with 2 of us. We had so much more fun with the 6 of us, and it was insane. Joe went off to college. We have not played with him in over a year now. Joe's kind of gone, sadly. It was a lot of fun playing with Joe.
I'm gonna miss Joe.
I'm gonna miss Joe too.
I didn't know Joe.
Joe Yally. He was
I-
also a trumpet player.
I knew
in the,
from
in the band.
band.
So he's
a great guy. I love him.
He's a great guy.
Oh, I love him so much.
We had a lot of good moments with him, and he's gone because of college. Which we're all going to college next year, but I still feel like Saints and Angels is going to continue.
Yeah.
Jordan
It will.
has not gotten a PlayStation 4 yet. He is the only member still on PS3. However, Chris and Michael, both of them ended up getting PS4s. Michael didn't even get GTA. Chris did.
Douchebag.
However, when me, Chris, and Ryan were the only 3 with GTA at that point. Joe was gone. Michael didn't get it. Jordan was still gone. Jordan still doesn't have a PS4. I don't know if he's ever going to get one. 3 of us weren't going to make videos. However, when we added Ty, finally, coming from Xbox One, getting PS4.
Okay, so here's how my gaming progression went. I went Xbox One, 2 Xbox Ones. Oh, hold on. Sorry, let me restart. 2 Xbox 360s. 2 Xbox 360s and an Xbox One. 2 Xbox 360s and 2 Xbox Ones. 2 Xbox Ones. 2 Xbox Ones and a PS4. And now 2 PS4s.
Don't you have 3 now? I thought you had 3.
3 PS4s?
That's what I thought you said. Your mom, you and
No,
Brady. Oh, okay.
no.
Family room, you and Brady. No, okay. So 2 PS4s,
Downstairs.
which is
living room.
way better than Xbox.
So much better.
Oh, are we gonna have that?
no,
or
No, we're
not
not
gonna have that one. We're not gonna
We're
start-
just gonna state that PS4 is better than Xbox
And be done
we're
with
gonna
it
be done
because there's
with
no argument.
Okay, I agree.
So we only really had us 3, me, Chris, and Ryan was never able to get on the same time as we were. Chris was never able to get on the same time we were. It didn't end up working out. We weren't really able to make any more GTA Funny Moments videos, which sucks. Because it was so much fun playing that, and we had a lot of views on those videos, and If we started earlier, we got our recorders earlier and grinded earlier on that, we could have done a lot.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
We got more stuff.
We added, yep, and then me and Monster got the PS4 when it first came out. Call of Duty wise, me and Monster were playing with each other since Ghosts.
Do you want to talk about like your 8 on Ghosts?
Well, we had, I mean, Ryan played a little bit with us in Ghost. Mofo, who is recently renamed to Mufasa because his PSN name has been blocked. He can't be Mofo whatever anymore. He's now STAA Mufasa.
That's so stupid.
I know, it's funny. Somebody reported him and they're like, yeah, this name's offensive, you have to change it. So they let him keep all of his stuff, all his stats, he just had to change the name. Just very, very thankful to Sony about that. But yeah, him, Zach, and Ballin. I don't even know the kid's real name.
I don't either.
Ballin for life, 4131. He was like in 6th grade when we met him, and he was a god at COD. And we played with him. He was one of our best players. Me, Ballin, Monster, Zach. Those were our 4 in PS3. Me and Monster moved over late Ghosts. No. Christmas time Advanced Warfare. And started playing that together. Didn't really get into competitive a whole lot. Then Jacob came, bought a PS4, bought COD. The 3 of us grinded about half of Advanced Warfare together.
Yeah.
And we did.
We went hard.
We went hard, kind of solidified that group of 3, and then Monster got his friend, who ended up being his roommate, Havarek, into PS4 from Xbox One, also played. We solidified a foursome. So that's right now that is our STAA, Saints and Angels foursome for Saints and Angels Gaming on the Call of Duty side. Me and Jacob have also been doing a lot of doubles, and we've been doing very, 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 very well in doubles recently.
Yeah, the problem is me and Andrew are clicking, but me, Andrew, Monster, and Havarek are not.
Yeah, we got some issues to work out there, but we'll see what happens with that. As of now, that's our foursome, and we're still working with that. Black Ops 3 is a lot better year so far.
Oh, it is
than Advanced
so
Warfare
much
was. We had a lot of ups and downs in Advanced Warfare, actually solidifying that 4 and getting that 4 together. Once we did, it was basically the end of Advanced Warfare, and it started Black Ops. So we're grinding on Black Ops 3 now, and we're actually doing pretty well.
Which is fine. We got a jump start on Black Ops.
So it's going to be a good year for competitive, but that's basically where we were. Also, I believe we were at like 30-something subscribers.
Yeah. On YouTube, right?
On YouTube. And we hadn't even started Twitch yet. We did a little bit. We had like 10 subscribers on Twitch from our Roxio recorder.
That's crazy.
And then in a year, we gained 25 subscriptions, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, but to us, it is a lot. All the work that we put in, and actually, we've just recently started grinding out videos, so.
Yeah, I mean, like, compared to
PewDiePie started somewhere, right?
Exactly.
PewDiePie started like 7 years ago. PewDiePie started when YouTube was, when almost no one knew about YouTube. Yeah,
and
you
just
guys
stuck with it.
You guys have to remember, these big YouTubers did not become famous overnight. Ali A took 6 or 7 years. PewDiePie took 6 or 7 years. T. Martin took a long. I don't know how long T. Martin took, but he definitely took a few years.
Oh,
definitely.
Wow. T. Martin was still in high school when he started.
Yeah,
and
guys.
He ended up doing it full time now.
Once you get when you get famous, when you get more subscribers on YouTube, it's not a line, it's exponential.
And as you start to grow, once you start to grow a little more, you grow like
that momentum gets going.
The momentum goes, and you continue to go more and more and more and more. And it's like, it starts with like 1 subscriber a month, then it goes 2 subscribers a month, 4 subscribers a month, 8. So it literally doubles like that every single time. And now PewDiePie is getting close to almost 1,000 subscribers, probably.
No, he's getting tens of thousands of subscribers a day.
Yeah, and that's insane.
It's probably gone down now because there's not as many people.
To get 25 to 30 people who are random that we have never met that watch our content
and subscribe to it is insane to me.
Because they
Even in
said,
a year, it doesn't seem like much at all. We have like 51, 52 subscribers, but it really is a lot when you sit back with the group of us who are doing it, and it's insane. So we're at 52 right now. If we could get to 100 subscribers, maybe 150 subscribers at the end of 2016, I would be extremely happy. And I would continue to grind YouTube for a long time, I think. As long as I can. It's going to be weird.
Well, I'm going to do it all throughout college, so.
Well, we're all going to different colleges, which is going to suck.
But
we're
through
still...
the power of internet,
Yeah, exactly.
we can stay
If
together.
if me, Jacob, with Havrek and Monster can make YouTube videos and put them up on the same channel,
Exactly. Seriously.
we're gonna, the group of us that know each other in real life, it's gonna be a great way to keep in contact with each other outside of
Plus, we'll get a new edition once we go to college, STAA Felipe.
We'll get a bunch. We'll get new friend Zach. Don't worry about it. Different Zach, not the other Zach we were talking about. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot new additions. I have a feeling a lot of people are gonna fall by the wayside. I bet you Michael is never gonna be heard from again. I bet you Ryan will most likely never be heard from again. I hate to say it, Chris may never be heard from again.
At the end of this podcast, can we put like the Hunger Games thing where they shoot the cannon in the sky and we show pictures of them like, killed the state?
Yeah. So I mean, but I feel like me and Jacob, we're still going to be playing competitive Call of Duty with each other. And we're still probably going to be recording doubles.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully Mons and Havrek are the same thing. We'll see what happens there. I know me and you are going to. We're just going to stay in touch because we're, just kind of happen to families and stuff.
Just cause 3.
Yeah, just cause 3. And Chris, I don't know. Chris wants to go to freaking China to study.
No.
He's going to WashU.
We don't know where he's going.
He's
applied to it, but he wants to go to WashU and study abroad.
Yeah, but that's only a year.
His plans is a lot different. We'll see what happens.
He'll be around.
All right. It doesn't matter though. We're still going to be like podcasts are almost going to be the easiest thing to do. We get on Skype, we talk, we record. But Saints and Angels is still going to continue. The other thing is Twitch. We started with 20, 30 Twitch subscribers. We just recently
boom.
We just passed 100. We're at 103 now. If we can get to 250, 300,
we'll be making it.
I will be extremely excited.
Can you get money from Twitch?
Yeah, donations.
Which some guy said he wanted to donate the other day.
I don't know how much. That might have been spam. But
maybe.
So our goals are 100 YouTube subscribers, and you want to push it to 300 Twitch?
Yeah.
300 Twitch followers
by next
year's podcast.
No.
By March.
By next year's podcast in December. So I think those are our goals. It's just insane to see how far we have 103 Twitch followers and 52 subscribers. We are nothing, but it is such a big accomplishment, and it's amazing that people actually watch and comment and listen to our stuff. So it is very.
And for those out there who naysay video games and naysay gamers, we started a club at our school with how many people?
We had like 4 or 5 people.
And this year, we have close to damn 40.
Yeah, we do have quite a lot of people at our school.
In a school.
Literally a video game club at a school. So, video games is great. It's coming a long way. It's good. It's kind of cool to reflect and see where we've come. And it does motivate you. Literally, every single time I get on and stream Rocket League with Chris and I get 4 or 5 new followers in a night, I'm like, damn. And I'm watching the chat, I'm looking at the chat, I finish my stream, and I look back at my emails, and I see this person followed, I count them up, wow, 7 people followed in the 2 hours that we streamed tonight. Me and Chris just getting on, playing video games, having fun, people watching, talking to people, and they like it so much that they follow us so that they get an update on when we go live. It's insane to me, and it's really cool to see where we've come.
I can't wait until we can stream No Man's Sky.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
because we will have people watching and telling us what to do
And we can do it.
And we can do whatever we want.
Yep. It's
We
gonna
can be like Saints and Angels does
we
anything.
could be like, hey, we're just gonna fly around these planets for a little while. Tell us what you want us to do. We can even there's shit on Twitch where they can vote,
and we can meet up with.
and we could be like, they could be like, we could put like A through D. What do you want us to do? Rob a caravan. Go find a new planet. Go destroy a planet.
Yep.
Go piss off the police and make them chase you around. And they can vote, and we can
It's gonna be
do
fun.
whatever we want.
I'm excited.
I'm excited about robbing caravans.
All right, we're done with No Man's Sky.
No, we're not.
That's gonna come later. There's a lot of new series we have ideas for that are gonna come. I also one of our New Year's resolutions should be to try to get a video every day, which I think is possible.
It's possible.
I don't know.
It's
dude.
very hard. We're gonna miss uploads. I mean, what? We're recording this on the 2nd. We haven't put out a video in 2 days, so it's gonna be hard. But I feel like once we start to get on the grind, we record a lot. We sit down with all of us, and we edit it, and we all edit it, our different games, and we start to schedule uploads, and we get weeks ahead. We're gonna be able to start doing every single day. And it's going to be fun. I'm excited. 100 YouTube followers. Because once we started to do that, we got 10 to 20. In a month, we got 10 to 20 YouTube subscribers. So, probably even 100's a little lowballing it. But let's set the goal at 100 followers, or 100 subscribers for YouTube, 300 Twitch followers.
And please, from now on, please post in the comments what you want us to do, what you want to see from us, who you want to see in these videos,
Don't be shy.
and we will make it happen.
Don't be shy.
If it's possible.
Because we want to make.
Yeah. And
And even if it's not possible, we'll make it happen.
Because the part of it
Because
is.
we have really good editors.
we do have very good
Because
editors.
part of the reason why I do this is because we like it, but we also want to know what you guys like. We want to know what you guys like, and we'll do it.
I'm a follower whore. I'll do things for followers.
He'll do naughty things on stream.
Yeah.
Take your shirt off.
We'll see.
If you follow us, I will.
Plus, every
Just for
time
you.
we get onto the stream, every time we get a new follower, that follower gets to ask us, everybody that's on the stream asks us any question they want.
And
Any question, we have to answer truthfully, and that's been so funny. Literally, every single question
And
is,
So far, it's been, are you gay?
are you gay or are you a virgin? But you know what? That's okay. I'm perfectly fine answering those questions.
And you know what? Once we get more followers, it'll be
Better questions.
Less
and
of those
less of
questions.
you fucking perverts out there.
Because imagine if it was like. I mean, like, obviously this won't be, like, soon or maybe ever, but what if it was, like, so many followers, like, we have millions, and this guy, we're like, okay, you followed, what's your question? They're like, oh my god, my question's gotta count, like, you know, it's gonna be...
It would be very, very cool.
Yeah.
All right, wrapping up the podcast, I have a couple interesting questions.
Oh god, more questions.
A little bit of an interesting question. These are kind of, these are stupid questions, but they're thought-provoking.
No, we're not gay.
Yes, no, we are not gay. Okay, let's see. So I was on a website
Are we
earlier.
supposed to answer these
Yeah,
questions?
yeah, well, think about it. I was on a website earlier and I was looking at these weird questions.
What kind of website?
It was like jokes website.
That's weird.
Yeah, I know. I was looking for stuff for the podcast. But
A weird person.
there are some interesting questions. One of them is, you know how when somebody's the death penalty
Okay.
and they're gonna die, they're gonna get their lethal injection.
What would your last meal be?
No.
No.
I mean, why? What would your last meal be? What do you think?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. Mine would be like a seafood banquet with lobster tail and freaking crab legs and scallops and shrimp
I'll
and
just-
mussels and clams and oh my god, that'd be my last meal.
I'll just take a
Burger.
nice omelet. I wouldn't want to fill up on my way to the afterlife.
I would.
Maybe like an In-N-Out burger. I really want to try that.
Okay. I actually like, or some Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hint, sponsor us.
I would love to be sponsored by Buffalo Wild
We will
Wings.
eat as much as many wings
Oh
as
my god!
possible.
Any
while doing
competition you
anything.
want us to have.
We can have
On
Rhodes.
stream
We
with
can
you.
have Rhodes eat the blaze and watch him like
Watch
act
him
up
cry.
again, like he
Yes.
did. Oh my god!
If Buffalo Wild Wings follows us, we will get somebody on stream that will cry reading the blazing. That would be funny. Wait, watch our streams. Follow us on Twitch. Follow us or subscribe on YouTube. Watch our streams. Follow us on Twitter so you know when we stream. Our streams are funny. They really are. And if they're not funny, we're grinding GBs and we're being serious. They're a lot of fun. I mean,
and even
see what we're streaming.
Even then, it's kind of funny.
We're pretty much streaming almost every night. One of us is.
When I watch them play Call of Duty, I'm almost always making fun of them, and it's.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you
want, come join me on the stream, and I'll make fun of the guys playing with you.
Wow, you guys are gonna gang up on us?
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of times when one of us
I'll gang up on Screech. I came up with that name, by the way.
You did.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know,
I'm not good with names, so
you look up. One of us is streaming, and the other ones that aren't in the party with us, playing with us, are in the chat making fun of us. So Ty will be streaming one day. I'll just get in the chat and tear him a new one. Same. Monster and Havoc do it all the time. If me and Monster and Havoc are playing, Jacob will just get on chat and fucking destroy us.
Monster would probably just be like, you slut.
Yeah, Monster's not very good with the insult thing.
You're gay.
Monster's too nice of a person.
Liquor.
Where'd you get those pants from? The toilet store?
Yeah, that's Monster. Monster's too nice of a person, dude.
Yeah.
All right, so
Another question.
When you're gonna get that wasn't even the question.
Oh, sure.
When you're gonna get your lethal injection.
Oh yeah.
Where do I want it put in?
No.
Oh.
Why? Where the fuck do you want to get it put in?
I'm not gonna answer that question.
Don't even say that. Okay. Why do they cotton swab and clean your arm before the lethal injection?
Because I want it incorrectly and good.
How does cotton swabbing with alcohol to clean the germs off the outside of the skin have anything to do with how good it goes in?
Maybe I'm no scientist, but what if a germ gets on the needle?
They're not concerned about preserving them.
Exactly. Because the reason they do it in doctor's office is to avoid infection, right?
Yeah.
With a needle, a foreign object going into your body. Not a penis, foreign object. Other foreign object. So,
I wasn't thinking penis.
I was when I said it. But why would they clean your arm if it doesn't matter? You're going to be dead in an hour.
Do they?
You're not going to
Do they clean your arm?
They do. They cotton swab.
Well, you know what? Some things just can't be explained.
Maybe
okay.
It's
so
probably
then why the fuck do kamikaze pilots wear helmets? Right? Think about this. Think about this.
That's an even better question.
Why? They're obviously really worried about their
It's
safety,
a fashion
right?
sense.
Fuck no, it's not. They don't care. You know what I mean?
Those.
It's a very interesting question.
Okay. If they hadn't if they weren't at their destination yet, and people were firing at them, and a stray bullet goes through their glass and ricochets and bounces off their head, the helmet will protect against that.
Okay.
But if you don't have the helmet on, then even if it's a small ricochet, it could knock you out or it could kill you instantly.
Okay.
So there's that.
All right, so that one's explained a little bit, but I just don't understand why they wear padding and their helmets and everything safety that pilots wear. It's you're literally flying to die, that's your goal. So why are you worried about all these pads to protect your life? You're literally flying to kill yourself. Why are you trying to protect your life with that? I don't know. I thought that was a very interesting question.
Okay.
Very thought-provoking. Just let that sink in for a little bit. A very impactful question. The other one is, why do they feel it necessary to nail down a coffin?
What do you mean?
They nail down coffins before they...
That's an old tradition. Back in England, there was a big craze about zombies and vampires.
Really?
That's when they started doing that. Huh. That's also why sometimes you see gated tombs.
Oh.
And that's also why the mausoleums and stuff like that have the huge stone doors and a lot of stone, because it's a lot harder to move than a lot of other things.
Okay. See, these would be good.
I do know that.
That's really
I know
interesting,
that's
actually.
why.
I mean, that's really interesting. But this would be a very good question. I mean, these questions would be very good for a series called Roads Ruins Everything. A series we've been trying to do for a long time. That would be very funny.
We would have to get Rhodes to do that series.
And he would.
You think he would?
Oh, I've already asked him. Like, he would love... I mean, we would get on and we'd, like, talk about something. He'd be like, you guys are stupid. This is why. Blah, 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 blah. Or they'd be like, you know what I mean? He's such a smart kid.
Dick.
But I love the guy. Roads Ruins Everything.
Because he was, like, doing that during some of the video games we were playing together, and it was just fun.
Yeah, we were playing video games, like... Yeah, and he's like... Literally, we were playing until dawn, and he's like... No, I wouldn't go in there. Why would you go in there? You know nothing good is... You're not... What are you going to try to do going down there? Like, there's no objective to go down there. You're just going down there to go down there. Don't go down there. Like, and he's ruining the whole entire game. We're like, but we're going down there.
I do that too.
I know. But Rhodes just does it to the extent, and it's really funny. One more question. Close the podcast. This is very interesting. Have you ever played somebody who, like, doesn't care and sometimes they'll try to lose?
Yeah.
So if you're trying to lose and you lose,
Do you
do
really
you
win?
fail or do you succeed?
Wait, you as a person trying to win?
You're trying anything, a game. If you're trying to lose,
You fail in the game and you succeed at life.
so you're trying to lose,
But really, if they're
But-
trying to lose,
and you
are
lose,
they really
do you
winners?
fail or do you succeed?
Are they really winners?
I
They're not. They're losers.
Okay. So 2 questions that we have no fucking idea about. Kamikaze helmets and injections, and 2 that... So you will fail at winning, but you succeed at the attempt to fail.
They fail the game.
They fail the...
They win.
But did they fail the game because they were their actual
Yes.
objective of the game? What their objective of the game?
Right.
Their
listen,
game
listen,
was to lose,
The objective of the game is to win.
but not their objective.
Listen. The objective.
Their game was to lose.
Listen. The objective of the game is to win. Their objective, personally, was to lose. So they
their
lose.
game was to
they
lose.
lose the game. They win their personal objective. But are they really winners?
Are they really winners, guys? Thanks for listening. Follow us on Twitter so you can find out when new games videos come out, new podcasts come out, when we stream, what we are streaming. At STAA Games. Click that subscribe button. And if you're watching this on our website, which I don't know why the fuck you would be watching on our website, but click the link to subscribe or go to youtube.com/saintsandangels YT, a little YT at the end. Follow us on Twitch at Saints and Angels. And that's about it. Thanks for listening. Super long podcast this time, almost 2.5 hours. Gonna be interesting getting some gameplay for this. So we'll be okay though. This will go up in a day or two.
I can tell you one thing: it's not going to be Battlefield Hardline. It's not going to be
Elder Scrolls.
Online. It's not going to be Far Cry 4.
Thanks for
It
listening.
might be Battlefront.
Maybe. It was last time. It was
last
a little bit about Battlefront. Thanks
was
for
beta.
listening. That was the beta.
That was the beta.
Look how... This is how far we've come. Okay. Thanks for listening. I am Saints and Angels Viper.
I am STAA Tyrant.
I am.
Oh, say it like you mean it, man.
I am the one and only Saints and Angels Screech.
Thanks for listening, guys. Catch you later.